we did some good housekeeping. Yeah. We did some good housekeeping. You know?
Yeah. Got some things out the way. You know what I'm saying? Slapped a few niggas virtually.
Yeah, they had to rough a few niggas up, man. Some niggas on the right page.
Yeah.
You niggas don't understand shit unless shit rough. You notice that?
Yeah. Because y'all niggas like aggression.
That shit crazy. Nigga don't understand. Like where we work at, they talk sometimes about how, you know, people are rough, like above your uppers are rough. And for some people, they can't handle it. But for niggas like us, that shit, nigga, you know what my coach didn't call me before?
Exactly that, dude.
You sorry, motherfucker. Look at you.
Your mama ever been an asshole from somebody else? Mine has, okay? Fuck out of here. You're not performing successfully doesn't bother me.
Some of that shit is so crazy. I remember.
I ain't about to cry about that. They did that bitch crying.
My homeboy kept messing up and praying. That nigga said, "You know what you're gonna be? You're gonna be bagging a lot of groceries. You're gonna be bagging a lot of groceries because you're dumb. You're dumb as shit."
That's crazy when a nigga tell you that. For like, how do you change from that mentally?
Yeah, like being called fucking stupid and
as a kid,
now with 30,000 people listening and everybody in the stadium here, the coach called you fucking stupid.
Well, then when you hear what the 30,000 was calling him, you get why he is the way he is too. Like that's the thing. You get that part, fool.
It's
like,
only
so
your third personal file.
Like, fool, if whatever he said to me, I would have been okay with because I sat there and watched the kind of shit he had to deal with. Right beside it, his wife sitting right here in the front row, and they going crazy on the food. Hey, fat boy, what a snicker!
But that shit was so funny. That pizza boy, I tell that story all the time. I'm gonna go that bitch. Like, hey, you want a pizza? They had a whole box. We went in for halftime, came back out. They was like, "We saved you a slice." Them nigga had about 3 slices still left for him.
The thing about it, fool, he'll be like, "Hey, yeah, cuz I want a slice."
That's why I didn't understand at that Alabama State game that time when we was fucking with folks.
Right, fool. That shit was. And we were just saying, boom.
That was nothing compared to what we had to endure, boy.
Nothing.
And
that wasn't Alabama State. That was somebody else.
No, that was here.
That was
State. Was here. No. It was
UAB versus State.
A&M.
No,
A&M wasn't it?
Because there was a lot of white guys.
It was somebody else. Fool.
It was somebody else. There was like a blue team or something.
Yeah, it was like red and blue or something.
Yeah.
Bum.
Yeah, because the police told me and who did it stop.
Yeah, fool.
Yeah, they told all us to stop.
It was A&M. It was in us. It
wasn't a black school.
They was like, what? They was like, what? Why y'all keep calling these kids bums? They kids. I'm like, man, nigga.
Bum coach. Bum coach.
Like for me, man. I used to like on the side. I used to laugh at that show. I talk back. I'm like, let's see what's gonna happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's nothing you can say. These folks literally do not know you. What can they say from that stand that make you so angry that you lose your cool?
Oh,
like, what is it?
The social media area, they're not taught to. Nigga, we was taught to. Don't worry about what that crowd say or do. I don't care if they cheering for you. I don't care if they cursing you out. Don't react either way.
That just go to show me the times to me from then and now. Like I do believe that it has been a softening of like you try to make the world conform to so the kids can accept it better versus the kids to understand that the world is rough.
Yeah. It don't come around your ass. Adjust. Yeah, like you gotta adjust. That's life too, though.
Yeah, bro.
Every aspect of like high school, college, getting a job. They gonna get out here, be adults, and be soft. And you gonna wonder why. Yeah. And you gonna wonder why we was on our own at 17, 18, and we still are. Like we never had to go back and rely on another crutch because we ain't had no crutch our whole life. Like,
yeah, but some of it is good and bad. Like we talked about, like maybe leaving the house at 18 might not be the best thing. It could set you up. Because you do stuff that it takes in your 30s to fix. When you have to be on your own at 18, have to figure it out. You getting a credit card for a pizza.
But then you have to pick. What do you prefer? Adults like us or softer adults?
A mix of both. Because that could have put you in a much easier situation now. Like if you stayed at home for 5-6 years.
I think all generations did that because, when we was, you were here, your grandparents or something like, y'all kids just don't know nothing no more. Y'all don't know sacrifice. So I think no matter what level, you always gonna feel
everything gonna evolve.
But I do.
I don't think coaching like that should evolve. Like I don't think that needed to change.
I go back and look at like
you can't coach like that to these kids. Everybody gonna leave your program.
I remember when I left high school, right? My head coach my defensive coordinator was tough. He didn't play the radio. I watched him cuss a man out, and steam was coming out his mouth, and it was 90 degrees outside. That's how hot he was at somebody we all know too. And so he was like tough. Then we went to practice like 2 years later. Like, you know what, I'm at UAB. I come back to practice to go holler at him, and I'm looking how he acted, and I'm
probably
like,
calm.
I'm like, what the hell going? And after practice, we were like, man, what's up with you? You tell her. He said, man, you can't talk to these kids like that. The principal, they gonna be up here. The parents gonna be up here. The principal gonna be mad at you. You know, you're gonna be in trouble. He said, we keep getting in trouble, so we gotta soften it up a little bit.
Like, I saw some shit that it blew my mind. Like, shit that would have never happened when we were kids coming up, even college. Like, my little cousin that I sent the video of in a group, man, little nigga balling now. Yeah, he balling, but his mom and his sister on the sideline with phones on Instagram live recording. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm glad y'all able to do that and I can see that, but that type of shit would have never flew in nowadays. Like, a cell phone on the sideline, right here,
I would stay on the sideline.
That would be my game, you know. So it's a little different. But I also sent y'all the picture of my pop ball coach this week. He never had that food. Nigga, your mama not coming on my sideline.
On the sideline, yeah.
Your mama not coming on my sideline.
Y'all nigga tough, because pop ball, nigga, you can stand where most places you can stand where you want.
Right.
No, they had to be in our stand. Like, our pop ball teams.
You talking about on the actual sideline with
our pop ball teams played in the same stadium as my high school team. So
now they got barricades up, what separates the team from the stands. So
unless you like the team mom handing out something, my mom used to be
running the sideline with me.
Yeah, no, my mama was up
there. Go, baby, go.
Shit,
but I don't know, man. Like you say, you can't talk to him a certain way. I just look at it like this. What goes on in this locker room stays in this fucking locker room or in this gym.
Does it?
Shit, it's on Instagram now, boy.
Getting in trouble for they players going like that's just something I would have known. Like, it just certain shit. But it go back. We was taught that. Like, you know, my mama taught me at a young age. Like, hey, this family business, this in-house business. This don't belong outside. And she'll say some shit or say something. And, like, you just knew, like, nigga, you ain't telling your homeboys unless you telling somebody that you know that you can tell. But
now that's true too. But that also is why when some shit need to go outside the house, like when somebody's being sexually abused.
Well, yeah.
See, there ain't nobody doing that.
I'm saying that.
I get it. What he's saying. If he's saying, like, if you're saying everything's in house, then how do the kids know what's to bring out of house?
Right, but
that's a tough. That's tough.
He's right. I guess the point that I was trying to make was I knew if I'm in the locker room, my coach cussing us out, I'm not finna record my coach. I know that's all that was the point I made. I wasn't going.
What I was saying.
You're right. It's absolutely right. Yeah,
you're absolutely right too. Like, I'm just saying, like.
But normal family shit that's not illegal. Yeah,
I slapped you, nigga. You better tell nobody I slapped you.
But you better take that too. Like, I'm not finna verbally like I always tell them.
Call DHR you want to.
You worry when I don't talk to you. That's when you worry. You might as well transfer at that point. I'm just gonna be honest. Now, that's the most hurtful thing you could possibly say.
That mean with you should always worry. You don't talk to no goddamn.
We should be worried.
You don't talk to no goddamn.
Yeah, you need to worry.
We just telling you.
Here we go. You're tuning in to the Dummies Podcast. I'm Stop.
I'm Cowboy Joe.
I'm Todd. Who that?
I'm Hootie. Okay, I get the Cowboy Joe. Y'all gonna lose to me. We got some pick'em coming up later. I'm Hootie.
My nigga say you got some pick'em. New segment, pick'em back, dude. Did you say your name, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Nigga, and we back like we never left, because like we say every week, we never leave. This is episode 99, so you know what the fuck that means. Next week, we're going to be back in person.
You've been drinking out that bottle with Dez, huh?
The second fucking year anniversary. I'm just hyped, nigga. I don't give a fuck what bottle I'm drinking out of. 2 years of consistency, but I'm going to say the rest of the energy for next week. As always, salute to all our people on the front lines, man, who are, putting their lives in danger to still deal with this pandemic. We still are in the middle of it. I also, man, we've been talking about the nurses, but I also want to give a big salute, a huge shout out to the teachers, the administrators, all of these people, man, who are dealing with all of this stuff on the fly. You think you virtually learning and your school system changing and everything. Y'all are MVPs. Y'all are heroes. We love y'all, man. It's a tough job, man. The teachers are already doing. And it's making it even rougher. And you're seeing parents come out now and say, I'm in the teachers, as if you didn't know this before. Some of your kids is bad as shit. and you dump them on kids to deal with.
Some of that third grade work is hard as shit. So
shout
out to y'all trying to figure that shit out.
Trust me, nigga. I get expecting Jordan be like, how you shit? I hit the same line my mama did. We didn't do this when I was in school.
Right.
But that actually is a true line. But shouts out to the teachers, man. We see y'all and we with y'all, man. The Dummies Podcast cares about y'all. If the school systems don't, you know.
And the other thing about this, like when parents are complaining to the teachers, the thing is like when teachers went to school for this or whatever workshop they've been to in the past, it wasn't how to teach someone during COVID. So they learning this shit on the fly, just like you are. Like they ain't trained on this.
Continued education.
I seen people complaining about virtual learning. Then the school system has changed it to go to in person. Now people complaining about going in person, saying they ain't got the money to get which is all. I understand that. I'm not mad at people for saying they don't have the resources or whatever. But at the same time, the only thing I'm just talking about is we live in a world sometimes where there's never really a right.
Yeah.
It seems to right is never right. And that's what, we talk about a lot here on this platform. Like, you do your thing, man. Like, do what you feel is right. Do what you feel in your heart is right. Be a good person, man. Other thing I want to say, it's a lot of dark shit going on in the world, man. It's a lot of hate going on in the world. Be a light, man. We talk a lot of black white issues.
I like that. Be a light.
Yeah, we talk a lot of black and white issues, man. It seems like talk to the white people, man, black people, LGBTQ, trans, anything, man. Love on people, man, and understand what people going through, man. Everybody might not have the same experience, but it costs nothing to try to understand what somebody going through. I know I can be talking to deaf ears, but I just really believe that, man. People are going through it. Everybody might not be going through the same thing that you going through, but try to have some compassion for other people's problems and issues, man. And I think if we can start doing that, I know it's a hard feat, but if we can start doing shit like that, we can make a lot of change or get to a better change. And
do you think that's happening?
No.
Some.
And the reason why the highlight, the super highlight, and I don't mean now to go there early, but it just came up. I don't think so. I think it's some, like it's always been some. But I just think ultimately we're not, because the big thing that came up to me was the NFL game.
Facts.
These niggas are joining arms for unity, not for the flag, not for nothing negative, just unity. Yeah. Niggas booed, man. And that shows me that, damn, we ain't getting nowhere.
Nowhere. We going further apart.
But same people, but I think it's the same people who preach unity and happiness and friendship. That's the same people who've been doing it.
And I agree.
I want us to convert some motherfuckers. Let's convert some people to try to come over here.
Black lives can't matter on the field and not off the field. Like, how many times we got to keep saying that? You would pay your hard-earned dollars to watch these guys.
It's bigger than that.
You don't care about their issues. I mean, that's just a small thing, but like, the fuck is wrong with you?
To me, it showed me it was bigger than that. They wasn't even saying let's join arms for Black Lives Matter. No, it wasn't. It was just unity.
That's what it was.
They don't even.
That was it.
I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna still say that I think that it goes on, and because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it, in different areas. But it's like what we say sometimes about Michael Jordan, that we say with other people. They highlight what they want to highlight. So you might not be seeing the unity that's going on. I see unity sometimes when you look at those protests and those, those little things that's going on. Mm-hmm. It's black, white, gay, straight, trans. Mm-hmm. It's all of those people in there. So I can't look at that. Hold on. I can't look at that and say that I don't see unity. Mm-hmm. I do see booing and I hear booing, and that's going to be highlighted a lot. But I also see in the mix of that, I see people coming together, and I see people trying to understand. I see, people, trying to relate to other people in the mix to all of that.
Now, I agree, but that's not what I'm saying. I ain't saying I don't see unity. I see unity. And like I said, I think it's the same people who would have shown unity before all of this happening. But I still think that we're not converting enough people for where's unity within all, or where's unity within more. Like, of course, there's unity. It's just not enough of it.
And that's why I say, like, I don't know how much they show. It's better to show us the division than show us a lot of the unity, I think.
I don't think that was showed, though. I just think that it showed itself. Like, the NFL wasn't trying to highlight.
No, I'm not talking about just that particular issue. Like, that was some bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's just some bullshit. Mm-hmm. But I just don't think that it's just, I don't think that it's just isolated to just that incident. I'm talking about overall, more than just the Chiefs and shit. Yeah.
Who was your week?
Oh shit, I forgot that. I guess that's how it was.
Right into it, right.
that was it right there. My week was cool, man. Highlight of the week, I got to watch Glory. I did watch Glory, man. And it's crazy that the same shit that was going on back then is the same shit that's going on. It's basically the conversation we just got off somehow. But it shows you that, like we said, there's unity in the people who would have been done unity back then. They'll do it back. Will do it now. Like the white guy, the general, the admiral, who the guy in charge. Like you can see within his heart, he had it to just be fair. You know what I'm saying? But then you'll see that there are some out here who just going to be evil towards black for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So. And that shit sucked, man. And ultimately, at the end, that all of the niggas damn near died, man. That was the part of it.
I never told, like, you
that's
should
what K.G. Wright said.
But it ain't it ain't an uplifting movie now.
All the niggas died.
Them niggas got over that hill and thought shit was sweet.
Them niggas had a weird way of war, too. Like, what the fuck you doing war like that? Let's run into these bullets.
That's how you had the war.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the tough way to war
back then.
Shit. Why these niggas standing over here behind the gate?
Standing in front of this cannon.
They stand in front of these wood sticks. They can't get past these wood sticks.
That shit crazy when you look at it, ain't it? But you did see, like, you're right. You know what I'm saying? You saw ultimate compassion after he whooped my man for trying to steal some shoes. He realized, like,
damn, it was for shoes.
Look at this man's feet. Like, look at this shit. This is ridiculous.
But that's another thing. They didn't ask that question beforehand. They waited till after to find out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's all we saying. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes, man, and see it from the way they look at before you kind of judge.
Today they just shoot and then ask questions later,
which is terrible. They did, I mean, it was the same back then. They whipped and asked questions later, but this time it's shoot. There's no coming back for that. Shit. Yeah. No, but my week seemed like my week was dark and gloomy, wasn't it? But nah, man, my week was cool, man. It was chill. I got to relax. Football officially back. Basketball is in the full swings of when I really like to fully get into it. Eastern Conference, Western Conference Finals, right around that time. Cool, pretty day outside, man. I ain't do much. Chill, watch football. That's how I'm celebrating. That's how I celebrated all of yesterday. I was about to get out and go gun crazy with Baron, but then I didn't, and I got relieved when I got to just sit home, have a drink, and watch football all fucking day. That's how my week went. How about you, Todd?
It was a short week this week, so it was cool. You know what I'm saying? We all
how many days was in it?
Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? And
labor.
I ain't grill or nothing. I ain't really do shit.
And we hung out, man. We hung out. That shit seemed like it was so long. We hung out. Hung out Sunday night
after the pod, last pod.
Yeah, we saw, and then we went out there to Cuz got a place to stay. Cuz got a yard to be.
Oh yeah.
Cuz got a yard to be.
That backyard.
Yeah, boy.
He got it right. Yeah.
Aside from that, man, which was cool, I ain't do shit. Ain't do nothing. What about you, Joe?
I've been staying in the house, wife away. Just staying in the house, chilling. Like you said, football was dope. Started off with UAB, even though they ain't come out the victory.
Is that the only way to stay out of trouble when the wife's away? You just got to stay home, huh?
Yeah.
Like they were like, you is at the bar drinking drinks? What's going on?
And I know it was 8 people, girls around you. Like they think you the livest nigga ever. Like
I'm trash, baby.
She gonna think that about you?
I'm trash, baby. Okay.
What you trying to say, Todd?
She gonna think you got 8 chicks around you, Joe?
No, not 8, but it was somebody who was there. Motherfucker. I don't even know. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Shit. I only know what the line will be. So what's your sign? I'm like, you have to say some lame shit. I don't know what the fuck to say.
What do you say?
Shit.
You ain't got no more game?
That ain't Joe.
That remind me of I think it was Chris Rock that had that comedy special. Remember when he said
when he got divorced?
When he got divorced, he was like, nigga, I ain't had no game when I first came out. He said, I was using lines from 10 years ago.
But as Chris Rock, you kind of can only say,
I'm Chris Rock.
I am Chris Rock. Right? So, but now besides that, football and that was it. I went to Olivia's yesterday to a little old school gathering, social distancing.
Saw that.
That was dope. And that was about it. What about you, Stock?
Sure. We kicked it. It was cool to finally be around everybody after we hung up on the pod last week. that was really it, man. Other than that, like, Jordan had a game this week, still it was better this week, with the social distancing. Still weird, man, to see so many people in a spot, sitting distant. Everybody had, pretty much they have on their mask till they sit down, and if they in their little comfort, then they'll, take it off.
Please remind me. I'm there this Thursday. Plus, I want to bring my little girl there because I need to convince her to do something like Philly, shit like that.
Their games is entertaining because they team good. They got some good athletes out there. You know what I'm saying?
Is the quarterback still there?
Oh, he's so
that boy sweet. That boy sweet. I might come.
Oh, he's so trill this year too. I want to see what they're gonna do against McAdoo and the week after next, but that's gonna be a good game too. But yeah, that was cool. I was gonna get out and kick it, but like Huda said, like when I had Kyle Kangaroo, I was gonna pull up on him. But after I left, the shop, I was kind of like, man, I just want to sit there and do nothing, watch football, and that's what I ended up doing. So
another thing about that too, I ain't say was I'm quarantined. I ain't been around nobody since last, what was it, when we hung around? Sunday. So 14 days. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once we come in back in person, it'll be 14 days. We'd be good to go.
Didn't they say seven? They said 7 now. I thought they've been upgraded that shit. Well, you're gonna start showing symptoms after 7 days.
I don't know.
You got a fever, who?
No, I ain't got nothing. I'm just saying I put myself in personalized quarantine just for when we come back. I know I'll be good. We'd be good.
Oh, and one cool thing they did do, they did temperature checks and they made sure they gave you a wristband after you did temperature checks to be inside the little whatchamacallit or whatever. And then a couple of homeless people had to try to come in and security body slam.
What you talking about, fool? What you talking about?
Olivia's.
Oh, okay.
Because you said something about quarantining for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
But all in all, man, nigga excited, man. We about to be back putting in person.
Can't
next
wait.
Week. 2nd year anniversary.
Eat before you get here, Todd. Well, no, don't eat before you get here.
I was just about to say no.
We gonna celebrate, man. We gonna celebrate Friday.
Well, after the 100, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
make sure I put in for that Monday.
Hey, yeah, we gonna bring this in with a bang, man. We're gonna talk more about it in depth next week. But I'm excited, all in all. We was talking about like black people, man, and pulling together. We've always talked about doing something like together, like let's go do this or let's go pool our money and resources together, different things we were talking about. I don't know if y'all saw this week, but 19 families bought nearly 97 acres of land in Georgia to create a safe space for black people. Big shout out to them.
Right.
I've talked amongst y'all several different times for the last few years about stuff like this, and it's dope. We was just talking about it in the group. You know what I'm saying? We was just saying like once you get it, all the stuff that go into it, land pipe and getting all that stuff straight, excavating woods and stuff like that. That shit is not cheap. You know what I'm saying?
No. But this group, where's the grocery store going to come from?
Yeah, for this group of families to get 97 acres, man, to create a space for their families, I think is just super dope. And it's a huge shout out to them.
Super wave.
I don't know if y'all saw that, but I was just curious.
Yeah, I did get a chance to see it. That's pretty dope, man. It makes you ask so many questions, and it also tells you that those people are super brave to even attempt to do that. Because then so many things arise, like you said, plumbing, pipes and wiring, and then food, which is the most important thing, saying food. Like, what are you going to get food from? Trash, you're going to have to do all of that stuff yourself. Like, I wonder how close they are to some form of civilization, So are you going to be living primitively? I doubt it, because I'm pretty sure within those families they
this ain't the Wild West hood. I'm pretty sure they're close to.
They was a little house on the prairie. That nigga say, "What kind of food you going?" Well, Publix right around the corner. Publix ain't closed, goddamn.
But I'm saying, if you're building a community, aren't you trying to basically get away from Publix?
I think the way I looked at it, it was like a neighborhood, just like a black neighborhood that they're.
You go like these people got to go to work, Hootie. So yeah, it can't be too far.
I don't know what they do.
That big. Such and such died of yellow fever.
No more immunization shot.
And I thought it was dope too, coupled with T.I., because T.I. was urging people to stop buying Cartier watches and stop buying all this Louis Vuitton swag and bags and all of that different expensive
Cardio watches.
You talking about when you run
fast?
What I said?
Cardio
slow watches?
Yeah, like you on the treadmill watches.
Yeah. Why you don't want people to be healthy?
Yeah.
Cartier watches?
Yeah, Cartier.
Well, that's different.
I get that. That's the one with the diamonds. You talking about a Fitbit.
There's hold my eye, damn it, to see who was right or wrong, because I think I said Cartier.
He told you. He got to hold it. He got to hold it. It's right there.
It's right here.
Hey, nigga, I'm taking this one to court, nigga. Put this, hey, say that shit, because I'm taking this one to court.
I remember what happened when you plead not guilty. You get found guilty.
Nah, nigga, I'm taking this one to court. So, yeah, he was just urging people to, stop spending money on all of that and start buying land and resources like what these people just did. So I thought, that was just dope, coupled with the 19 families in Georgia that just did that.
Now that is true. We definitely need to support Black brands, and to make a luxury Black brand and support it. That's what we don't do. Like, nigga, Gucci and Louis Vuitton ain't shit special about them. They just been around for forever, and we just say it's worth X amount of money. But why can't be a Henry Luton or a Henry Williams?
Right.
A dummy
Vuitton. Go to dummies.com and buy merch. We got
that's not the
Dummy.
The Dummies
Podcast. The Dummies Podcast.
The Dummies Podcast.
The Dummies Podcast.com. There you go. Yeah, come buy some merch.
Give him another one, Dad.
I thought that was I think like I was talking about support Black business. I was Black. Shout out to Black, man. He posted this week. Black played football with us. He posted this week. And it was a picture that showed when you post I got the job. It had 264 hearts and likes and 74 comments. And then it said, I started my own business. It had 7 hearts and 3 comments. Which go to show you that like
Job
people will
business.
champion you. And it's so crazy because I've done music now and we've done this podcast, and it's so crazy how people will support when they decide to get a supporter, I guess I say. Like I've had people send me clips of other podcasts. Man, look at this, look at this, look at that. Look at it. When I was doing music, man, listen to this single. And it's like people they don't even know. But with your shit, they
Listen
won't.
to my single, nigga.
Yeah, like they won't
you
promote
sharing
your
my podcast
They
like
won't
that?
go share that shit on Facebook and say, man, I listen to my niggas. They really having a dope conversation about XYZ. And to me, I've just learned. I accept it. I ain't mad. Like you can't make people support you. But it's just ironic that that's how that kind of goes and how you give all this credit. Like we said, we give all this credit to celebrities and what it is they're doing, and normal everyday people like ourselves struggle sometimes, or we have to kind of jump hoops and loops to get people to support our shit.
I know what to do. Our podcast was just not promoted to the top 10. You got to say promoted like a job, goddamn. Because you notice when they say, I was promoted at my job. Congratulations, girl. Oh, that's good. But I just started my podcast. Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So I'm gonna make sure I post it and say
you'll hear some shit like,
promoted.
Oh, my homeboy got a podcast too.
Right.
Nigga, I ain't say shit about that.
Good.
Yeah, salute to your people with a podcast, but
tell me when they get to where we are.
But talking about merch and stuff like that, I have a question for y'all. Would y'all buy men's shoes made by Beyonce?
if they live. Like
the Air Max.
What's the brand? Nike or Beyonce?
The Air Max.
I think she with Adidas.
Oh, will my
she
shoe
with
say
Adidas.
Beyonce?
Yeah, if they look good, why not?
I wear Adidas. Yeah,
I was just
wear
asking.
Adidas. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
them bitches
Beyonce's. My shoes ain't about to say Beyonce.
I learned a long
They
time
not
ago.
gonna have Beyonce written on them, but
that's what
because Jordan ain't got
Nike,
Jordan written on them.
I get that, but the point is, I'm saying it's cool if it's Adidas, if it's Nike, but if it's Beyonce brand, no, I'm not wearing Beyonce brand.
No, it's Beyonce line like you were.
What if it's
Kanye
a
West?
Beyonce brand and they live?
I get them from a girl.
No, they men's shoes.
They mean you.
So what, nigga? I wear female dad hats.
With you, the question was, would you
For me,
wear
no.
shoes made by Beyonce?
No,
I would.
not.
If them bitches fresh, I'm putting them on. My whole thing has always
You
been
don't
if
even
they
gotta
fresh.
ask me. You already know if it's live. I'm gonna wear it.
And I learned this shit. You know what I learned it from? Mobile niggas can attest to this. Maybe you didn't get into it, but a lot of Mobile niggas did. You put on them fucking Saucony's. We went through a Saucony period where them bitches were
Yes.
live as fuck. We
Every
was
4th of
buying
July.
Saucony's, nigga.
Every
This is very
skate
true.
ring.
Yeah. Nigga, them
This is very
Saucony
true.
was so live, you had them bitches in all different kind of colors.
But at the end of the day, it's never the shoe. It's always the nigga in the shoe.
It's always the nigga in
It's
them, man.
always the nigga in the shoe, baby. You
Y'all ever had a woman shoe?
Yeah.
No.
I bought some
You
white,
should be
black,
for that
and
shit.
yellow Jordans. But
I
that's
know
Jordan.
exactly what you're talking about. They're
That's
like
Michael
sevens.
Jordan. Mm-hmm. I think that's different. I think that's different.
But
that's
they
Michael
only made
Jordan
them women,
shoe.
so that makes them women shoes.
I get that. I still think that's different. That's Michael Jordan.
So
no
I
woman
never
has
had
a
ever
woman
made
shoe like a
question.
Tina Turner or Rihanna or that's what I mean.
No woman has ever made a men's shoe. Like Beyonce is actually making men's shoes for her like Adidas line, and it's those same Adidas you would wear every day, but it's Beyonce. Like Kanye has this shit with Adidas.
And Nipsey got Puma.
Yeah.
Like that, like the signature shoe is the shoe still. It's just with the name and the addition on it. Like Birdman had Loves,
and they just wasn't live, and that was the only thing. Like that's the only thing I hate when they
bring
like,
up
you
that.
Support the black. Like I support.
Don't bring up that Todd, ever again. Never bring up Birdman Loves. Okay.
Maseratis, they just ugly.
It's Dye Carters. You had them.
I was tempted. I ain't never had those. I was tempted, but I ain't had.
I was tempted.
He had one pair that
because they remind me of like Reeboks.
They were Reeboks,
like the classic Reeboks.
He had one white pair that was kind of straight.
But when you are, because I was thinking about this as well, like when you go buy a signature shoe, like somebody's shoe, is it because like we bought Jordans because like we all want to be Jordan? Is it different? And you don't want to beat them. You just like Kobe. I never had any Kobe's. Like I respect this game. Don't get me wrong. I never wanted to beat Kobe. Or LeBron. I never wanted to be LeBron. So does that make a difference?
I wanted to be on both, but I had neither one of their shoes.
I mean, you ain't. It wasn't like how you wanted to be Jordan when you was a kid. That's what I'm saying.
I look at it too.
I want to be LeBron today.
And I know what you're saying because like you definitely did want to, look up and beat him. But I really still feel like, maybe I'm wrong and maybe I forgot some shit. But I feel like I always bought shoes because they was just live to me.
Mm-hmm. So you have so many pair of Jordans then.
Because Jordans is like what retro, like 1 through the retros, what shoe really liver than a Jordan?
1 through 12?
Shit, them bitches lie. Like I know some people be mad at them. I hate them because of what they've grown into. Like, oh, that's the kid standing in line and all that. But if you look at a tennis shoe, Jordans is live.
They are.
I bought Bruce Smiths. I didn't want to be Bruce Smith. I just thought them bitches were live.
Jordan 1, the livest shoe ever made.
Junior
Bruce Smith was live.
Rod Woodson.
Okay, what's the livest shoe ever made? I'm going Jordan 1.
I'm going Jordan 11 and 1.
I'm going Jordan. I'm going Jordan 6.
I can't pick. I like 3s. I like
4s.
I like the patent leathers. Like it.
I like the patent leathers.
Ones is kings. It's so many various ones and them hoes.
They are, but also it's because how you dress now.
Concord 11s. Those are my
but they all live.
Concord 11s, Todd. The white and black ones.
Concord 11s.
Them might be the all-time. Like when I first seen them hoes, I was just
over the bridge. Over the bridge. Over the bridge.
Over the bridge. Concord 11s.
Yeah.
Hold out all time.
But then also Charles Barkley had some heat.
Hell yeah. I want to get them all black Barclays. I'm getting them bitches. Them all black Barclays. I'm telling you, I'm gonna find a way to get it.
I might go put them hoes on today.
Goddamn, who got a purple pair that's cold as fuck?
And them hoes
that sit in the box the last 3-4 years.
I tried to buy them hoes for so long. My size
10.5 or 11.
Yeah, I can't wear them. I tried to buy them from you at a fight night one night.
Them hoes sitting there. I love them shoes, fool. And I just let them sit. I just look every now and then. I just want to look at them, fool. And them hoes were $450.
Nigga, them Bo Jacksons with the Auburn colors or the black and gray, them hoes.
Grace bought them shoes. Now I think about it.
Now them Bo
Jacksons was hard.
Yes, so.
Man, we had some shoes growing up. The shoes don't be the same.
Shoes was different in the 90s.
Got them Steph Currys and it's cool.
Steph Curry? Nah, what a Steph Curry? What a Odell Beckham's at? No, ain't. What cool football player have a shoe?
Do you think that like they just
they wearing Jordans? They got ones with cleats on the bottom of them.
I think
Emmitt Smith was fresh. And Barry Sanders was fresh.
Rod Woodson
Barry Sanders was extra.
Barry Sanders was super fresh.
I think we ruined it.
Why? How?
No, I just think that we created so much shit. They created so much shit during that span that it's hard to come up with something live.
But they don't even make them. Like if I'm Odell, I just go say, "Give me a shoe."
Because I don't care what y'all say. People might kill me for this, and it ain't because I don't like them, but I don't like those Kanye's. I don't understand why people like them.
Especially not them new little flip flops that look.
Now the new ones, but
I don't like none of them.
But you don't like that style. You just, the old.
I don't like them at all.
I like the
Red October, the ones the
Nike ones.
Nike ones.
I like the first pair of Adidas, the ones that kind of look like the Adidas boots, something similar to that.
Yeah, you don't like
this big bulky shit that look like the Balenciagas. You could throw that shit in there. Super.
Yeah, I don't
dunk
like
them holes in the trash. I hate the big bulky shits.
And I don't want to wear that shit because I don't like him.
You don't fuck with Kanye no more.
Yeah.
I feel you, cool.
You kind of gotta like
your
the
boy.
person.
Shit.
Ain't your boy no more?
That nigga flip flops are atrocious, fool. Like, I don't know what he doing with them flip flops.
And they love him, fool.
Them flip flops, oh my God, fool. Like, I hate them.
The hell we got here? Where we was at? What we talking about?
I don't know.
Nigga, keep it going.
Joe did, Joe. Yeah, Joe.
We were talking about black people, so what's it?
Well, and then I switched. That's how I switched to Beyonce.
Okay, yeah. Okay, shoes and Beyonce. Gotcha. All right, what you got, Stock? What you got for cuz? I know you got some shit, some black power shit over there.
Quit.
Do you know who you are?
Nah, I ain't got no black power shit. I was where the fuck we at?
Dummy.
Right, music, right?
Hell no.
I think it been so
Entertainment?
well, goddamn.
Right.
We actually still in your week.
Are we still in our week?
Right after.
No, we're not.
Oh, go ahead, can you right?
But look, I was watching. It's called Founder on Netflix. It's about McDonald's and how Ray Crockett took it from I think that's his name, Ray Kroc or something. Yeah, took it from the brothers, and then when they finally decided to sell it to him, they was like, "All right, we want like
$1 million in the original,
like $20 million." Because after tax, it would have been $17 million. Because after tax, they both would have had 10. The original store and 1% of future earnings
going forward. I thought it was $1 million.
It was like
wasn't that on that shit you was talking about, Stock, that y'all was watching that documentary about the foods and Hershey and all of them? Wasn't that on that?
Yeah, I think so.
But see, the other movie, it was like they wanted $10 million, but the main
on that one they said the $1 million. It's like because back then $1 million was so much, and the guy just couldn't find a way to come up with it. But then he eventually came up.
But you know what? It might have been 1.7 million. No, you're right.
To pay the taxes.
It was 1.7.
It was like we just want $1 million.
My bad. It was 1.7.
Crazy, fool. $1 billion industry sold for $1 million and 1% in the original store.
And then what's crazy, that 1%, he was like, well,
but he's still on the ass, huh?
I don't think so.
I think they dead. They not dead. I don't want to.
They got it. All of them got to be dead. But the 1%, they was like, all right, but we can't put it in a contract. It got to be a handshake agreement. He never paid the ass. Today, that 1%
of McDonald's is crazy.
Been worth $100 million a year.
That's fucking crazy.
That's why you can see sometimes, like, ownership, licensing.
You should just ask for the 1%.
Yeah, like it just like sometimes, but it's crazy that sometimes we've talked about this before, but like somebody got their house or something that's in a nice where at the time not a nice so good neighborhood, but a lot of times we'll take the money for that. We'll take the $25,000, $30,000 cash instead of holding on to it. Now you got a live ass house over in Norwood that's worth $300,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying, because we be so quick to just sell shit, we don't retain ownership of nothing. And we saw that in the fight that whatever side you fall on with the fight that Joe Budden them having, with their podcast, I did feel him when he was saying that, like, nigga, this is the most important thing I own. This is the Joe Budden podcast. This is my birthday. I don't own nothing more important than this. Mm-hmm. No matter where I'm getting paid from, all the millions of dollars I'm getting paid elsewhere, there's nothing more important than this brand right here.
Because the podcast drive all those other things. The podcast might not make him the most money, but it drives all those other things.
And then actually, you believe his point, and you understand his point even more so when you understand that he was the first one over there to do that and to get that big and to drive your entire platform of podcasts of what you are today. Like, you're able to sign Rogan because I came over here and got this shit popping.
Yeah,
and brought
all of that shit I agree with, but nigga, you just can't say it with the veins coming out your neck and your forehead. You gotta calm down.
Yeah, you gotta be more strategic with it. We talk. Can't get right said it, as a man thinker. That's in that book that's going off the emotion. Any man who operate off emotion, man, you're not thinking clearly, because men aren't meant to operate off emotion. I don't care if people get mad that I say that like that. I just don't think that men operate good when we're in an emotional state.
Nigga, we can bash men. Fuck that.
Yeah. That's, well,
we us.
Let's man bash.
Well, you know that.
Damn it. We gonna bash these men today.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that we make poor decisions sometimes when we operate in an emotional state, and that's because we're more thinkers than emotional driven people.
Because anytime you make a decision mad or whatever, when you calm down, you were like,
It's not really that deep.
Yeah. Right.
Man, you know how many people you done cussed out? If you would have got a hold of them in the emotional part, but by the time you got ready to talk to them, like, man, I'm not even that mad no more.
Right, nigga, I ain't even give a fuck about that bill.
I was mad at in the first.
What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck I was that mad for? That
care about that bill. Here you go, bro. Take the bill.
I told y'all before, like,
that's your pussy ass friend.
Punk ass friend.
It's hard for me to stay mad at somebody. Like if I'm walking around, I like walk past a mirror or something, and I see myself mad. I'm like, well, you look stupid. And forget so stupid looking. Please, like I can't stay puffed up mad.
Please, somebody, please remind me, and I'm gonna tell y'all the true definition of not remaining mad at anybody. Remind me after the podcast, please, to tell y'all a story of why I say this. You know what I'm saying? I have a specific story. That's why I'm asking y'all to somebody remember.
We gonna forget.
We ain't gonna remember.
I'm gonna put it down there. I'm gonna put it down there.
No, put it down. Put it down.
It's gonna be like, damn, and all y'all cool with it. All y'all cool with him. All right,
do it now. You're gonna forget. Why Huda doing that? I was talking to Dez this week. And it was a story, and a lot of people didn't see it because they fixed it so fucking quick. Come on, get ready to chime in, Dez. But Forbes, they put out an article basically saying a second stimulus check could be coming, and it was like, could black people wait? That was the topic. Could black people wait? They fixed it. What was the second one, Dez? They fixed it to could black people wait? Then they fixed it to could what's the word?
Minorities.
Yeah, minorities. Could minorities wait? Then they realized that wasn't right, and they turned around and they ultimately settled on a second stimulus check could be coming. Can low-income households wait? So now that they did that, that go to show like black was your first shit that you came with.
Right.
So it was so it's just crazy. Like, can black people wait? Why black people were singled out like that?
Well, I mean, because it's a thing. Like they made, when you say low income, they made it to where you're talking about blacks. Like low income housing. Oh, that's somewhere for black people to live. Low income, stimulus or whatever. They make it to seem like only black people have low income.
And it was, like Dez just said, let's add more context. The person who wrote it was a black woman. I don't know if that, makes y'all.
Oh, Candace Owens ass type.
I was just about to say Candace Owens wrote that?
Probably. She'd get a check from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I pay her to go away, motherfucker.
I just thought it was crazy that was on something like Forbes, and that was the first leading headline. Can black people wait? You could have came out the gate with your secret.
And Americans wait, motherfucker. How about that?
I was telling somebody that, like, in politics and business and stuff, that's a lot of people don't understand code words.
Right. That's a code word.
Yeah, like when you say low income, like it's crazy that some of this stuff be code word. Urban, you know what I'm saying? Like when they
black.
Inner city. You know what I'm saying?
Inner city.
But it's easy for them to hide behind, like, nigga, I didn't say inner city meant this. Yeah, right. we know what that
exactly
is.
what it means.
And then now inner city doesn't mean that anymore.
Hell no, that means
it's high as fuck to stay in
vegan and fucking drink vegetable juice.
Depending on what side of downtown you're on. We had that conversation last week.
If you over there by 5-star, you get it.
Yeah.
We was talking about that the other who was talking?
Well, really like South Side, but
I think me and Grace was talking about like, just over there by 5-star food. That's a whole different world once you go from Paramount over, basically, or the
it's gonna spread out. I already see it.
The center over. What's the center? McWayne Center over. Shit.
Once they get that,
Walmart even had that shit in their on their aisles. They had ethnic hair care products. They changed it.
I have a problem with that. Cause Walmart used to have a little section where you go get your do-rags from. You go get your do-rags and your hair grease.
It was an ethnic hair care product. It was all the black shit, like all the stuff.
I have no problem with that. I know where to go get my do-rags from. You're ethnic.
You can get it from any on the regular.
So I don't want my shit mixed in with the
But if you know where to get it from, you don't go and get it based upon what the title say. You just know where to go get it from.
You just know where to get it.
No. Meaning it don't have to say anything. It could be hair products.
Hair care.
Right, hair care products. It could just be in there with all the other shit.
Well, I knew where the black section was at.
Of course.
Everything I needed was streamlined just for me.
For the naps.
Thank you, Walmart.
I didn't really have much entertainment. I don't know did you guys have any other entertainment news?
Hey, who y'all got tonight, man? In the versus battle, y'all watching?
Oh, that's good.
Man, the boys gonna be on.
Yeah, that's why I was going to music.
Yeah, I'm going Patty because of her pies. I mean, it's all just. I feel like they so equal. I have to find something to make them different. Unfortunately, it's outside of music. Her pies are amazing. I'm going with Patty.
I got Patty too.
Did you know you were supposed to warm up those pies?
I did.
I've tried it both ways, and they're good either way to me.
Okay.
I did. But you don't have to warm up that long.
I don't think I've ever had a patty pie. Yes, I did. I want to say I had it at Can't Get Roused. I had it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little piece.
It ain't what your mama
it got to be cooked, so.
It ain't how your mama them do it, though.
I'm going to go Patty because, like, years ago, she just looked better than Gladys Knight. So.
And fool, I'm sorry. Damn, you terrible. They are both beautiful black queens. I went to
one just look a little bit better.
I actually went to the chicken and waffle spot in Atlanta, and I didn't like it too much, honestly.
That shit
was soul food.
That shit was good as fuck.
But it wasn't seasoned for me. It wasn't seasoned enough.
You must. It could have been what you got, but I know that time.
What you want? A crawfish boil on it? Like,
I'm from New Orleans. I like seasoning in my food, bro. I'm sorry if that didn't have the amount of seasoning I like.
Hot sauce with soul food, it's solidified.
Nigga, you don't eat mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, honey.
I don't eat it either.
It was Gladys chicken and waffle.
Yeah, Gladys chicken and waffle.
Yeah, that shit was good when they had it. That bitch closed, I think.
Yeah, closed, no?
Yeah, that shit was good to me. We all went. What was we there for?
I think it was me. It was me and you. I think it was me and you. Stop that time. I believe we went there.
It took forever to get in there.
It was some more people with us though, because it was a lot of. It was like 6, 7 of us.
It was like 6, but I can't think of all. But I believe it was me and you.
And I don't know what we was there for.
But man, the thing about soul food can only get so good. But it was some good soul food. Don't get me wrong.
I'm gonna have to ask Brown, whoever that is, that spot in Houston. Man, that was like the best soul food I had ever had. Food like that shit. That was not bullshit. And like you know how like. Ooh, man, this good. So it was like 7 of us. Everybody had different shit. So you like, shit, let me taste that. Shit. Let me taste that. Mm-hmm. Like, man, nigga, I didn't taste nothing that wasn't great. Man, that was like.
What was that spot on 280 we used to frequent, stop? The soul food spot out there.
Where?
Next to the T-Mobile and the Pizza Hut. It's a Regions Bank now. Like the ATMs up there. On 280.
Was it? You ain't talking about Dale's, is it?
I don't remember the name.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it was. Ain't that what Chipotle is now?
Yeah, exactly what Chipotle
damn
is.
Sure used to be a soul food spot there. You don't remember that?
So good.
I don't remember what it was. I used to go that bitch every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
I had Jake's in Hoover.
I never had. I've been wanting to try,
like
but
y'all better go there today. No, it ain't Jamaican. I mean, they got oxtails, but it's not Jamaican.
I think introduced music and got the food.
Gladys let us to oxtails.
We had some music drop this week. Conway. For people who not familiar with Conway, Griselda is a group out of Buffalo, New York. Conway is one of the artists within the group. He been dropping a lot of music lately. I know, if you're not into this kind of music, if you're not into East Coast rap, with displays of lyricism, this may not be for you, but Conway dropped King versus God. Did y'all have a chance to check it out? If so, what's y'all thoughts? What's y'all review on it?
Dope. Amazing.
Boom, 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 boom.
That nigga ad-libs consistent. I ain't never heard a nigga ad-lib a whole verse with nothing but gunshots. But it's super
West Side Gun way worse with the ad-libs than Conway.
I heard it on his verse on there. His verse on there is even crazier. But it's pretty dope, man. It's super. I've been listening to it. I listened to it all day yesterday. I'm planning to listen to it again all day today. It's to me, it's a breath of fresh air. It's something different, yet something old, yet something cool. I think it to me, it's just like a perfect listen right now at the moment. Yeah. It gets you back to the hood shit, that street shit. And I didn't expect it, honestly. I thought it was going to be subpar, some regular music, but it's pretty dope to me. I like it.
I definitely enjoyed it. I've been listening to it since Friday. I was banging to it last night watching football.
That's how excited I was of it. I sent it to 2 niggas who hadn't already knew about it.
When you sent it to me, I didn't even know it dropped. I go Thursday night at 12. I'm looking for the new album. You know what I'm saying? So when I wake up in the morning, I never thought, and it wasn't there.
Because I never thought that you was like a huge fan of it, because I've been sending Todd all of that shit. Like throughout time, like the last 4-5 months, I've been just sending to Todd and Darius.
And to be fair, I haven't been. Like, I would listen to some of it, but then some of it I would think was subpar. But
them niggas got so much music for. I told Todd this. I said, I'm going to pick each one of them, and I'm going to go back and go through their whole catalog. And I've been doing it. I did West Side. I got all the way caught up. And I'm talking about when I say caught up, nigga, this shit like you talking about 10, 12 bodies of work. If that, it's probably more than that.
And they dropping like 2 and 3 a year for real.
And the good thing is, to me, the good thing is you get to hear their own lingo.
Right.
Like that's the most important part for me is in their lingo. So I like to hear different lingos that I can relate to that I don't use too often. We've used before, but don't use too often. It's just like, damn, he used that word this way. That's amazing.
And that's why I said that's the beauty of, and we've been saying it here for a while. That's the beauty of music sounding like where it's from. I like that shit. Like I love. Don't get me wrong. Southern music is king to me. I know that might be biased. I grew up in 2 different places, and Southern music has always been king to me. But I do enjoy listening to other regions. I do like that Detroit shit. How they make them beats and how they rap on it. Like to me, I respect it for what it is because it's different, and I can respect that. And
anybody been back to Big Sean?
I did for a little while, but it's kind of
the look on your face was like it's just average.
No, it's good. It's a good album. It's just too long. Like I never really thought I'd say an album too long, but maybe I'm starting to get that little shit where I can't. It's hard. Once you get over 12, 13
ADD?
songs, it's
it was like 21 songs.
I didn't say that little shit.
I didn't say ADD. Don't put that
No. I'm saying, what is that little shit though? I don't know. I say ADD.
That little shit where I can't sit. I ain't the little shit.
It's okay, man.
I don't know.
That's crazy. Niggas can't even say ADD no more times or so since.
It's just the mood. You got to be in the mood to listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say the ADD shit. I'll clean it up. It's just a mood that you got to be on.
I'll stop putting it with it. Don't even couple it with it.
That little ADD shit.
I ain't gonna say it.
I ain't gonna put it in there. But you just got to be in a certain mood to listen to Sean. And if you're in the mood to listen to actual spitting, like about life and shit, you turn to Big Sean on.
I'll say it like this: I like it, but I would rather listen to Conway shit. I'll still always get them mixed up. Conway, Westside, Griselda. I'd rather listen to good
that shit just be Griselda.
Well, Griselda
is the click of them.
I know. And I always mix each of them up, so I just rather say Griselda.
Yeah, I'll never get Conway mixed up with none of them because
you can hear it. He sound like he sound. Once you start listening, you know what?
Something wrong with his jaw.
He got shot.
So he got to talk,
and he got Barrett palsy.
You can hear
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got shot,
right?
And then he got Barrett palsy, so it's stuck like that. So, but yeah, that is a dope album, man. I enjoyed it a lot. I just like their whole movement. The way they come in through the game has just been dope. So if you into music and you like to listen to artistry and actually listen to niggas rap and tell stories and paint pictures, then it's a good album for you. If you're not into that kind of stuff, skip it.
Who is a sleeper of the year? Who is y'all sleeper rapper that y'all just like been sleeping?
It's not a sleeper. I'll bring this up, then we can get to it. But like Stock said, Southern music is king. Lil Baby, the only rapper this year go double platinum. He officially went double platinum off that album.
He just did. He just in a zone.
But can I ask you a question?
So he might be the sleeper because he's not technically Drake, Wayne, Jay-Z, Kanye. He's not all of those boys, but he's the only one to go double platinum. So to answer your question, Todd, I'm gonna go Lil Baby, even though he's not necessarily.
He said sleeper. Only nigga that sold the most records is not a sleeper.
Compared to the names I just named, he is.
I think he just
I wouldn't dare argue with you with your
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
No, that argument could go on for 3 years, man.
But my question is, how do you become like double platinum? Like, what do they? Because a stream isn't one. It's like
I think they have a number. It's
so
a crazy
many streams number. Equals a sale.
Mm-hmm.
That shit just crazy.
It's just too much going on.
I remember when Wayne sold 1 million in a week, and 1 million people bought his fucking CD.
We just got to get DJ to go over there after 3 or more.
Oh yeah, you know he gonna break it down.
He got to break it down for us.
Yeah,
Todd told him
because he was over there.
Yeah. Jeremiah Todd told him how it worked.
I was there when the plaque came in.
But speaking of Wayne, you said Wayne. I don't know if y'all saw this week. This nigga came out basically saying that, you know how he came Weezy F Baby. The F was supposed to be for phenomenon. And F.
I think that's how you spell
exactly. So it was a mistake.
He done for admitting it.
His manager Tez was the one that did it. He was on an interview. He basically said that the F was a mistake. And Wayne wanted to correct it. Like, no, fuck no, we can't. He said Wayne is very technical in his writing. He don't write nothing that don't make sense, from the metaphors to the prepositions, and how he said that nigga is a wizard at that shit, and he will not let it go if it's wrong. And they caught it that it was wrong late. Ted said he didn't caught it. He had already submitted it. It went digital, so it was already out. When Wayne caught it and was like, nah, we got to change it. And that F just took on a whole nother, it took on a whole.
He wanted to be Weezy P, baby.
Well,
Wayne.
He didn't want it to be F.
Because it was.
I mean, you looking at it like that now, you sound crazy. But when he first was Weezy F, baby, we was like, what the fuck is F?
So
I never asked myself what was F.
Me neither. But it made sense though.
You crazy as fuck. We used to like a House of the Living Dead.
The F always meant something.
The F for?
Yeah, it always meant something.
Yeah,
but FYI, Wayne, that's not the only thing you said bad or wrong or not in the right context. I would just say make ebonics of it and make it your word, my nigga.
And he did that. He owned it, so
that's all.
And that's what I'm saying.
Don't spell his name right, so it's okay.
Just like that's what I was saying. I can't get right when he was like, "What do you want to be, Weezy P, baby?" If he would have said it and did it, that's exactly what he would have been. It sounds crazy now, but if he would have been saying it all this time, we would have been saying like, "What he wanted to be, Weezy F, baby?" That shit sounds stupid.
And the F meant a whole lot of shit, man. So just use one of the F's. Weezy fucking baby.
Just like
that's
like a yellow
in the song. Weezy fucking baby.
Weezy fucking baby is your name, nigga.
What you said? Can't get right.
Just like a yellow. Everything.
Like a yellow Lambo, like a yellow Rari, like a yellow 911,
Top
like
five.
a yellow mommy.
You know who to go say top 5? Well,
Top 5.
I ain't even say it.
I was finna clean it up. My bad, Hootie. I was finna say Joe said it's top 5. My bad, Hootie. Shit. Damn.
You was finna say Joe said it was top 5 after I just said it was top 5?
Why you so aggressive, Hootie?
Damn, what I do? I'm just saying, you know.
You ready to fight, man? I made the mistake.
We had a whole podcast about sensitivity. And
that's that man masculinity. That's that man masculinity shit I got in me.
No, I'm just saying, man.
Talked about.
You want to fight all the time.
Well, you wasn't talking about it, so now you don't get it. You should have talked about it. That was pre-podcast.
Talk about it.
Can't help it.
I ain't gonna lie, it was a slow news.
My mama called me motherfuckers and bitches my whole life. Hey man, I gotta be aggressive. I'm just saying.
See?
Well,
and you don't understand what I'm saying?
You grew up rough.
Yeah, man, I just got to. It's just part of my life.
I don't know if my mama ever called me in there.
Shit, my mama called anybody a bitch, boy.
Y'all think
anybody a bitch?
Y'all think growing up
she
rough,
called her husband bitch. I'm like, God damn, mama.
Y'all think growing up rough have a bearing on how it is for you now?
No, it make us okay with being cussed out and being called a bum walking through the tunnel.
So then the answer is yes, not no then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw somewhere on Facebook. A lot of adults.
But no, because we still turned out to be good people. Like ultimately.
But
ultimately, we turned out to be like
good people, but do we have true shortcomings from that shit? Like being real, like straight
it
up.
made us honestly, I think we're tough and we have tough, thick skin when we need to, but nigga, you still gonna be a dad and play T games with your little girl.
Okay, let me be transparent. Right. I suck sometimes with what's the word? I suck sometimes with being affectionate sometimes with Jordan. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying, and I think
but then I want me too. I like because like just,
it feels weird sometimes. Like I can't explain it. It's nothing that I can explain, but as a man, sometimes that shit just feel a little weird. Do you
think it's because of that?
Give me a little space. Huh?
Do you think it's because of that, or just that's ultimately who you are?
I think for me it was just I was brought up like that, and
I can second that. But like we were just saying earlier, the changes and shit that you have to make when you're just I can't lie. I had a son, and being a dad to a boy. I did it the same way somebody did me.
Especially
you fall, you scrape your knee,
get up.
Don't be without that crying and all that shit. Stop, nigga. Big boys don't cry. Don't be crying.
You had to go to high school. He had to go to daycare.
But also, you as an adult knowing that now that some people would be like, nah, it's okay. Get up, brush your knee off. You're fine. Would you still be like that, or would you still be like, nah, you a boy, get up?
Sometimes
I think today, I think it's still that same. It's the same way.
Like
but
exactly,
right.
I think that's just, and you know better. Like, and I just think that not necessarily know better, but
I think some stuff for me, I think some stuff is just second nature, and I feel like people love language is dictated based upon how you was brought up. I think
facts,
because for me,
so it's not the month like they say.
Because for me, my mom, she didn't tell me I love you a lot. Well, she did say I love you and stuff like that, but she wasn't really affectionate. She didn't touch
them hugs and kisses.
But I knew for a fact she loved me because of everything she was doing and sacrificing.
Right.
So to me, that's what it looked like. Like, nigga, if I'm out here going to get the money and I'm going to put you in this situation, or I just bought this house. You know, you bought all of this shit and you buying all of that. To me, nigga, you don't know that I love you. Look what I just did.
Right.
But for somebody else, it'll be like, man, you don't love me. You ain't touch me. Like, well, and you like shit.
Oh, you ain't tell me that shit.
I actually had to have that conversation maybe a week or two ago with my little girl. And she was like, you don't talk much. You don't talk to me much. You know what I'm saying? You don't express yourself. You don't call me that often. And I was like, well, you know I love you because for the simple fact that anytime you ever need to talk to me, I talk to you. I'm just not the talker, but I'm not just going to call you and open up and just talk about just, simple stuff. But anytime you want to come on over. Hey, you need this for school? Here you go. You want to go to the mall and get you some? Come on, let's go. I'm gonna take you. I might not talk to you while we're there, but I'm gonna take you. And that's how you. As a kid, it's hard though. For kids, it's hard to get that and understand it. Us as adults get that.
But let me ask you this, Huda. Do you think you're speaking to her in her love language, or are you speaking in your love language to her?
Well, I'm more than likely I'm speaking to me and mine because she asked me
that's a big mistake. You gotta love them in their
because she's asking you why you're not calling, but you saying I'm gonna take you this way. If you,
and that's what can't get right. That's what
I
was just saying when you was like, yeah, like I think you all get your love language back based upon how you was brought up.
How you were brought up, right?
Because my love language is words of affirmation, I believe. But I talk to my little sister, she'll be like the same thing you said. Well, you don't call me. Then I'll be like, well, shit, the only time you call me is when you need something. So I thought that was me showing that I love you. Like, I'll run to Tuscaloosa in a second if you need something.
I agree, but then I also think that, like, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. Who knows? I don't fucking know. Who knows? But when I explain it to you who I am and how I am, then I think you should kind of get that as well. Just like I get how you should be as well.
Listen, hold on.
It should go both ways. So it should be love one-sided?
Hold on.
It should go both ways.
Hold on. Huda, I promise you, I 100% get what you're saying. But the trickiness of it and the complication of it is that's not how it really works. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's how we think. Like if I go sacrifice my time, because my love language is acts of service. Like I feel like to me in my head, I feel like if somebody doing something for me that they don't have to do, or they going out their way to help me with something that helps my life but don't necessarily benefit them, but it helped me. I feel like, damn, this motherfucker really care about me. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I look at it. But that don't mean that other people look at it that same way.
So, question on that right there. You said it was because of how you were brought up that's how you think now. But do you remember? Is that the same way you thought as a kid as well?
Yes,
that's what I just said. Remember, I
said it was developed, but it's because it was that way. But like as a kid,
well, like I said, my mom never, like, she wasn't the most affectionate, but I saw everything she sacrificed and did. So she was showing me acts of service. Like she'll cook, or she'll have this ready, or she'll go buy you something, and then you knew that she was sacrificing to send you to go play football and go do, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I could see all of that shit.
Right.
How do you change that?
Like my mom moved from Wisconsin.
Adjusting at this point to getting out of your love language into
I'm glad you asked that question because it's hard. And
it's
sometimes,
hard.
And I swear, Huda, like sometimes the manliest thing you can do ain't so manly. You know what I'm saying? Like my situation, for instance, if the girl, you know what I'm saying, if her love language is words of affirmation.
That's offensive.
If my wife, if hers is love for affirmation, right?
Wrong.
But if mine's gifts are, acts of service, if she's telling me constantly, hey, you don't show me affection, you don't compliment me, but I turn around and I do what I think is love, like, well, I just bought you these shoes.
That's a compliment.
You see what I'm saying?
That's my compliment.
It doesn't work. You see what I'm talking about? Like, it's not speaking to what she's asking me to do. So.
Hey, man, women don't have a love a love language. They need all 4 all the time.
But that was just the answer.
Love seasons.
You see what I'm saying? I hope you got the example in which
you gotta call her pretty, buy her something pretty, do something to make her feel pretty, and what's the other one?
So their love language is all in one.
All, yeah, and then they still ain't gonna be enough.
Yeah. You ever like, compliment me, and you ever compliment them, and so like you trying to compromise, right? Mm-hmm. But you compliment them in your version of compliment.
That ain't no compliment. Like, damn, I thought I was complimenting.
You be like, ooh, I can't wait to knock the skin out that thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll say some shit like,
what does that mean?
Don't talk to me like that. Like, God damn it, man.
That's a positive. You don't know that's positive.
Work with me here, man.
You know, you out having drinks and be like, man, I can't wait to get home.
Hell yeah.
That is. I'm calling you attractive. You're so beautiful.
You want me to do what the nigga on Instagram don't know yet? You know that nigga on Instagram. You are so beautiful the way you start. All right,
I did that shit already. 20 years ago.
Beautiful she is, goddamn.
I did it 20 years ago. I love you in your bonnet.
I've been to
Hey, but I love you in your bonnet.
I'm glad that you said that, Hoot. You said you did that shit 20 years ago. I think that's what be happening to us as men. Like, for me, this is a man conversation. I don't want to argue with none of you motherfuckers. None of you women don't say nothing. This is a man conversation. So for as men, I think sometimes that we do lay that foundation. And for us, we feel like that foundation has solidified everything going forward. Like if I might not tell you you're beautiful because if you weren't beautiful, I wouldn't be here. That's how we look at shit sometimes.
Right. And I look at it like I told you
yesterday, so it changed from today.
And
like
I told you you're beautiful a million more times than
I just told you this last week. You don't think that you're beautiful? Like all of a sudden you got ugly out there. What the fuck happened?
How many times have I told you?
I'm
you're
so
not
glad
beautiful?
You said foundation. Like they poured your foundation in your house. They don't come re-pour it.
No, nigga, like
it's still the same. If the foundation is,
I don't need them to do it again.
But see, that's why I'm saying I'm having a man conversation. So don't argue
with us. You got to
tear
down the whole house and pour a new foundation for women every day.
Put the same house
every
back.
day.
Yeah,
so that's
put the same house back.
Yeah, and so that's why for us the foundation is important because like we look at what your foundation built on. If my foundation built on something solid, then some of those little things you can stay. And what's crazy is what they don't always recognize is a lot of those little things that they're talking about. We let them pass on with us because we go back to the foundation.
Yeah.
Right, food like
it's so much shit that they miss for us, but we go back to the foundation. And so if your foundation's solid, then it's cool.
I'm glad we talking about houses, food, because like just recently we got new amenities, accessories, whatever the shit is. New stove, new dishwasher, new
they call them appliances. They call them appliances.
Do that shit, dude. And all I'm thinking is
accessories.
all that bullshit. That's how much I don't give a fuck about it.
Amenities, guys.
And all I'm thinking about
he was in an apartment, didn't he? They'll be coming amenities.
And all I'm thinking is shit. We still got a cool house. That's all I'm thinking about. I don't give a fuck about none of that little shit there. I really don't care. Like she was so hard up on getting it, and then we needed it because we had got to a point our stove only the 2 back eyes was working. I still they work.
Damn,
they work.
Just cook 2 things at a time.
But nah,
that's all you cook anyway. Fool, like 2 things for real. That's all you can get.
You rarely use the whole stove.
Right, fool. Like we ain't had no big family meal in forever. Shit, for
that's
the last
some true Hooter shit, there, man. You still got one eye that works.
Use the back 2.
Right.
Yeah, don't use that one
at a time.
And then one of the eyes that probably working was that little bit ass eye you can't put no but a shot glass on.
Now she got 5 eyes.
Make a little pie.
Inside. Nigga, I didn't even know they had a stove with blue insides. A stove with blue insides.
Oh yeah, they got the works now.
I told you, man, who they getting that dummy money, man? I'm finna go who the hell find out what he doing, man.
But now, all in all, man, I don't know how we stumbled across that, but that was dope. Just to offer perspective.
Guns and shit.
At the end of the day, it's complicated, and you got to figure out all 1,700 things. You know, they say it's 5 love languages. You better figure out all the woman's 10 of them, motherfuckers. You're gonna be in trouble because.
And we just got 3 or 4: food, peace, football, and yak.
Niggas
peace
can be complicated too a little bit.
It was. That was one. That was
Letter 6.
Who was talking about? What?
I was finna get to go to sports.
What genre are we in? We talking about Lil Baby. I think we went from Lil Baby to that. I don't know how we got there, but
Lakers and 5.
That made us go.
That we going to Lakers
and 5. About Lil
Baby.
Baby.
We definitely ain't gonna talk about that bullshit.
The Lakers and 5. Yeah, you got it's basketball. You got to talk about what you got. Start. What sports you got? I got one more verses. Before we go there. I Hop Waffle House.
Waffle House. That's not even a question.
That's a blowout, nigga.
Yeah.
I like IHOP, man.
18-2.
I'm sorry, 18-2. Man, I could get French toast. Nigga, I get
20 zip.
That's 18-2.
No, pancakes.
20 zip.
They got a pancake.
I like pancakes. They got French toast. They got the stuffed French toast.
Pancakes and omelets.
They got blueberry waffles, my nigga. Them whole that be. I don't know if you ever had one from the Waffle House.
Blueberry waffle be trill.
Mean.
I get the pecan waffle.
That nigga said IHOP or Waffle House. Man,
I like IHOP. I like IHOP.
Well, you know what though? You say that though. I know it's gonna be some, some of our listeners who gonna be. I love IHOP. Yeah, you IHOP eating.
What about Dennis?
I like IHOP. They ain't in the.
I put Dennis over IHOP.
All restaurants matter.
They ain't
good. It's never been like IHOP. Always reminded me of like some commercials. Like it ain't right. Like it be good, but it be basic.
Yeah.
Nigga, Waffle
House. Give me some strawberry
syrup.
Nigga, I can put this strawberry syrup.
And man, them crackheads cooking your food be so entertaining. You get a dinner and a show.
I ain't been to IHOP in a while though. I done been to Waffle House in the pandemic, like at the very beginning of the pandemic.
Now I will say when IHOP used to have them all you can eat pancakes, so whenever they do that, yes sir. Mm-hmm. Sign me up, $4.99.
Floaters, but them hoes so small, you got to eat about 4 portions of it.
And they gonna give it to you.
They gonna give it to
you. One all-star special, my nigga.
You gonna get it, goddamn.
One all-star special, you're good, my nigga.
Hey, the only thing about Waffle House, I get the same thing every time, and every time it's a different price.
I get that steak and eggs, nigga. That steak and eggs.
It's still gonna be about thing,
but
and some French toast and some birthday pancakes. Oh my God. Confetti, whatever. Yeah, I like all the fruity and all that extra shit. I'm a real fat boy.
We know strawberry Twinkie.
I like all
the
that
strawberry
shit.
Swiss roll, nigga. We know why you pick IHOP.
I want all that. I want that basic roll.
You go to IHOP for the strawberries. What type of?
They got strawberry syrup.
Keep the wood and leave
That's what
what?
New Orleans
blueberry
syrup.
Give me all that. Fuck
Are y'all big on Waffle House in New Orleans thing? It might be a national thing.
It is. They got one right in front of my mama's house.
The Waffle House?
Mm-hmm.
I never really seen it.
It's fairly new, but a nigga got killed and was on First 48 on it. It was on First 48.
I always just figured like that Popeyes on Bourbon was the spot to go to because ain't that bitch one of them?
Man, that's the best. That's the best Popeyes in the nation.
Now you got to go to the one in. You got to go to the one in like Kenner. Like go to the one in Kenner. Like that bitch.
I ain't gonna make a special trip for chicken.
If it's right there on Bourbon, you gonna get it.
No, you was right there. I walked into it and it was good.
It's just chicken.
Yeah, it's just chicken.
It's just chicken.
You know who got that?
All chickens matter.
The best chicken I had, my homeboy from the crib. He ain't Popeyes and nothing. It's my homeboy. That nigga chicken fried food.
Bitch, that nigga shit with name.
Thank you for letting us know.
Eat thighs.
Sports. Shouts out to Naomi Osaka.
That's not right.
That's her last name.
Osaka.
Yeah, that's it. Osaka. Yeah, there you go. She won her second U.S. Open title. What was it? Yesterday? Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah. Dope victory, man. Such a young girl, so skilled, so talented. Won her second U.S. Open. I don't know if y'all saw it, but like in between time, she was changing her face mask out. On her face mask, black with white letters. Names. It was a different name of somebody who was shot or killed by the police or shot, by being black, And I thought that was kind of dope tribute. I saw George Floyd, I think, on there.
I think Breonna Taylor was
Breonna Taylor. It was a lot. And it was just, dope to see her share hers. And then after I saw she had her trophies back there. She had on her Kobe jersey.
Right.
She had on a black Lakers jersey. Yeah.
And she was in there with YB and Corday.
That's his
no. It's just Corday.
It's just Corday.
Corday now. You're right. He took it off.
Corday.
That was dope. Like showing how excited he was, cheering her on.
Did you see them get the backlash though? For the picture he took. The picture he took, he pointed his middle finger up.
No. Who cares?
Yeah, they gonna find something.
You want to find something, but she won.
They who killed him. They over there killing him. I'm like, hey man.
Yeah, but that is one of
to this man.
Now that you say that though, what was that though?
What?
Think about it. Think about all them old school club poses you had. Like, wow, it was always a nigga with the middle finger up in that bitch. What that mean?
Nigga gotta point that finger. And
Can't Get Right got a bunch of them bitches too. I done seen them.
Yeah,
I got one with me, you, Mark, and somebody hand.
What was that though?
Do y'all ever pay attention to the variations of middle finger pointing? There's you gotta angle it up, you gotta turn that bitch to the side. You got one like this. They got variations of finger pointing. Get out of here, Jack.
like, why was that even a thing?
They got all the rest of his hands up like
this. I'm pointing at the camera. You know, that was one too. Just pointing at. I don't know.
I remember one time we was in there. It was some dope boys back there at the thing. We went to go take our picture. They were throwing money. Mark kicked all that shit out the picture. Get this shit out of there. Get this shit out of there. Then he took the pose, goddamn, at them niggas like this. I said,
Mark trying to get y'all a shot.
I mean, shit, we was with the shits back then. That was a different kind of era. It was gonna go a lot different back then. But
that was a rough era.
That guy literally just poured juice to change the color of his drink.
Oh, that was how we drunk it back then. Just change the color. That was it.
Like just to change the color.
Yeah, that was our thing. And that was gin, fool.
That was gin. That's what I'm saying.
Gin, and then it graduated
the black
to
label. Ooh,
and it was nuts, man.
Like literally, we would take the cap, pour a little juice in it, drop it in there. Nah, you don't need nothing but a little color change. You don't need nothing but a little color change. Yeah, that's all. But anyway, shouts out to her, man. Shouts out to her for that big victory, man, and the statement that was made after that victory. Who you talked earlier about, I don't know if you want to go into more detail about it, but just what happened with the Kansas City Chiefs for people who didn't see it. They had a football game. That was the Thursday night game, wasn't it?
Yep.
Opening football game. Defending Super Bowl champs. Had a game, man, and they decided, you've been seeing kneeling. You've seen standing during the kneeling during the national anthem. You've seen people stand in the locker room during the national anthem. They thought it was a great idea. The Titans and the Kansas City Chiefs
Texans.
How about every last player? Texans, I'm sorry. Thought it was a good idea to lock arms with the other team, black, white coaches and all, just to walk out in solidarity. They stood during the anthem and they were stood in unity. The announcer announced that this was a standing in unity. And they still were booed. I don't know if y'all saw this. I know we talked about it at the top, but I'm talking to y'all as in the people listening to us. I don't know if y'all saw this. But it just was, like for me when I saw it, it was just so disheartening. Going back to what you were saying, are we changing? Are we growing or anything? But it just was crazy to see that, like, all we saying is like, we're unified. We're together. And niggas will still booing.
That's what makes it hard, fool. It's hard that we're trying to be your friend. I want to be your friend. Fuck out my face, basically.
Keep it
like come
Keep
on,
America
man.
divided again.
Pretty much.
Why do I have to get the fuck out your face for just saying I want to be your friend?
Because they don't want you near them. I mean, you can work for them. They don't want to be inclusive. They don't. Because they think being inclusive, like, they're losing a part of them.
That shit crazy. You just get it that it's just never gonna be.
That's why, like, man, I was big, like,
for no apparent reason,
leaving comments on Facebook and shit like that. I was like, man, they not gonna get it. Because how many times you gonna tell them the meaning of Black Lives Matter? How many times at this point have they seen it? They don't care. They don't want to care.
That's why I
never want to keep it divided.
That's why when I say it, I never look for a response from it or for it. Because I don't need a response. I just want to say it and it be it.
And I want to say this. I'll be worried about saying it, just because of the heightened nature of everything. But I want to be clear because I see a lot of people blaming protesters and Black Lives Matter for the horrendous shooting that happened to the police officers in LA County. That shit is sick. It's stupid.
Blame us for that.
It's dumb. It's unnecessary. And that was an act by somebody who's a fucking coward.
And I've protested and I don't even own a gun.
Nobody condones that shit. Nobody is saying go out and do that. Police have a job to do. Police are needed. People are just asking for it to be equal. That shit that was done in LA was some coward shit. You walk up on some police sitting in the car and you shoot, thinking it was for whatever fucking reason. That's a sick individual. Let's find that person, lock them up, and deal with them accordingly. That shit's stupid. Nobody.
That's black or white.
That's how unity works.
I've never seen.
When you shoot someone, you should go to jail.
That shit
that's
black
all. Yes.
Them officers out there trying to. We say this all the time. Yes, there's some problems with policing. Yes, there's some things that go on. But every police officer is not that. Them people out there trying to serve the community, they got a hard job to do. Nobody that I've ever seen is advocating for people to go do the shit that we saw in that video done to those police officers. The thoughts and prayers go out to their family. I did see that they're recovering. They
are both of them recovering?
Yeah, last I saw it, they didn't die. They were, in critical condition. So hope they make a full recovery. That shit is sick, man. That's what I'm saying. It is too much hate out here. We got,
and that's black or white. Let's put that out there too.
I don't even know what color these are.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know what color the sheriff was.
We don't know it. It doesn't.
They make black sheriffs.
Yeah,
right.
But like we gotta like look at what we're look at what you're doing. Look at what's being created. Look at the vacuum that's trying to. All that shit is doing is trying to divide us even further. And for me and this platform and us around, we're not gonna allow that shit to happen like that.
Right.
Wrong is wrong.
Just making things worse.
Wrong is wrong.
Because you're just making things worse because it
makes
makes people
stupid.
that already wanted to do some shit to like a black person or whatever do it. You know what I'm saying?
That shit dumb.
You just, like that's really some divisive shit. Like no, but it's not black people against the police. Police just stop killing black people. Like, I don't want to go to war.
And that brings up another thing.
Just take me to jail.
And
I just want to go to jail and let somebody else that's not you decide who was right and who was wrong.
And I'm not making any excuses.
And that ain't the fairest. So what the fuck?
Right. And that I don't want to make any excuses from anybody, but I would also like to know this black person's. Was it a guy who did the shooting? Right.
I don't know.
I would like to know.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I would like to know. I would like to know his story as well, because sometimes that could be a result of being fucked up from the police for years too. Not making any excuses and saying that makes it okay either.
Well, on who decide, because we don't know. It could have been two dirty cops. You don't know.
It's crazy. It's crazy that shit you got to think about.
Yeah, from what it seemed, no, that shit is inexcusable. So without knowing the facts, unless it's something like that, then
I don't.
It's a tough. And that's why I hate going into these
dirty
type of
or
things.
not, man. I don't think. I think everything has to go. It has a way of how it go.
Right.
That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say. I don't know the story behind it. I don't know any of that. All I'm doing is I don't condone that act of violence or the way that shit go down. It's a way to handle everything.
Quick response. Right on fire. Right on track of what we talking about. Georgia cop who beat black Lyft passenger for not showing ID has been fired. Y'all
that's the one that was
video?
on Sean King's page, right?
Yeah, just recently, within this week, there was a kid in the Lyft. He wasn't the driver. The driver was pulled over because like a tail light or something was out, and they asked the passenger for his ID, and they whipped his ass because he wouldn't show it to him. Basically, and he's a passenger. He's not.
Hang on, you in a Lyft. The Lyft driver gets pulled over. Mm-hmm. The passenger that paid for the Lyft, he asked for his ID.
Right. And he was like, why? I'm just a passenger. Why you need my ID? And they beat the shit out of him. They got the video. They beat the shit out of him.
I did see the video. I didn't see the background of it because I be trying to keep that shit out of my psyche.
Yeah, I seen it scroll, but I got some glimpses of it. But yeah, that's basically.
But I know exactly what you're talking about.
Not basically. That's exactly what happened.
But
that's crazy.
Why?
And there was some sheriffs. I don't know.
Like, why?
Talking about the same video.
I don't know, man. And that's when so many questions comes from both sides. Then you be like, shit, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Why? What happened? Or how? Or what's going on? Without all, I don't know, man.
Right.
It'd be tough.
Transitioning back to sports. We saw this week, and I wanted to get y'all opinion on it. You know, Dion. He was talking about Jalen Ramsey and Jalen Ramsey contract that he got, and I thought it was an interesting conversation. Because what Dion was basically saying is that, you know, Jalen Ramsey got paid and he got paid well. But you see sometimes that a cornerback, that a lockdown corner, an island type corner who can, for people who don't know what that means, that's somebody who can kind of take away one side of the football field, who can take away your best receiver, get him out the game, kind of help make him not really much of a factor, which if you don't know past that, it's kind of complicated and I ain't got time to go all the way into all of it. But
gotta go back to 8-6.
But basically, what Deion was saying was, you keep seeing quarterbacks making double what people like this make, and they may not even affect the game that kind of way, or maybe not as good. And it made me want to ask y'all, like, what do y'all think about? He said, he brought up a point about like baseball and basketball, how those highest paid players get around the same amount of money. Whether it's a center or it's a guard, they're gonna still get paid the same thing. But in football, there's premiums paid on quarterback. Then next will be like the D lineman. If he's a premier rush in, can get a lot of sacks, they'll get paid probably second highest. And then your left tackle or somebody like that, those kind of people eat. So it's kind of strategically placed on position. And Deion said that shouldn't be the case anymore. And I was just curious what y'all thoughts is about, quarterbacks, who should get paid more, where y'all at?
I love Deion. Agree with 98% of the stuff he say. This is the 2% where, you're wrong.
Agreed.
No, the corner doesn't affect the game the same way as the quarterback. He's literally the most important person on the field. He touches the ball every offensive play. I can throw away from you, Deion. I can run at you. And this is Deion. Jalen Ramsey, not Deion.
Can I give you an example of maybe what he could possibly be talking about, or just another way to look at it?
Yeah.
Should go back to Jacksonville? Should Blake Bortles be getting paid more than Jalen Ramsey, who's the shutdown corner, and Blake Bortles is average to SAR?
No.
So is that a no? We're not talking about the Drew Brees.
That's a false equivalence.
Yeah. No, it's not. No, watch me now. The quarterback is always going to be one of the highest paid players on any team, pretty much, right? Right. Okay. So if you have go back to this instance.
Sometimes. This is like a rookie deal. Sometimes.
Well, not all the time. Excluding the rookie deal. Let's
not even like, not all the time either, even after that. Sometimes they
go
get a whole Wally veteran.
Isn't the lineman the highest paid guy on the Rams team?
He better be.
Aaron Donald, yeah.
And
Jared Goff just got a new deal.
Right. He should be, but I'm using an example of maybe what cornerbacks, and that's why I use this one particularly, a Blake Bortles versus
Dak not the highest paid Cowboy.
Does he deserve to be?
Not yet. He does deserve to be, yes.
He does deserve to be. He doesn't deserve to be the highest paid player in the league. But
but he does deserve to be the highest paid.
I just look at
Cowboy.
It to me, yeah. I think that it
over Zeke.
Like to me, y'all are kind of saying what Deion's saying. It shouldn't always be where the quarterbacks most of the time are just getting this premium higher paid versus somebody who's affecting the game a lot different.
But I need to know if Deion's talking about not just Blake Bortles, but I also need to know if he's talking about Tom Brady and Drew Brees as well. Like, no. I'm saying if you're talking top echelon, the best cornerback in the game should not be paid as well as the best quarterback in the game.
That's why I say.
Now keep it at that,
guys.
But Jalen Ramsey should be paid more than some quarterbacks. Yeah,
we get that. I understand that. But okay, let's name them. We know the ones: Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Breeze, Brady. Who I'm missing?
Russell Wilson didn't.
Yeah, well, just that class. Just that class.
That class. You're not gonna make more money than none of them motherfuckers.
Right.
It's over. Fuck it. Cancel it. But
is that what Deion's saying though? Should Jalen Ramsey be?
Because he brought up $40 million. He brought up people like Patrick Mahomes. Jalen Ramsey is not no guy. Shouldn't get paid the same amount of Patrick Mahomes. In the discussion.
If Deion's saying that, then
that's what Deion said. Patrick Mahomes.
I didn't hear Deion say it.
I didn't hear him say that.
But if that's
I thought that was the example that you gave in the group. That's why I said
because he said $40 million. Patrick Mahomes is the only one making $40 million a year.
And he shouldn't get that.
No, he shouldn't.
He making 50 actually. Deshaun Watson making 40.
I get what y'all saying with that, right? He shouldn't make it.
He shouldn't be making.
But I guess what he's saying is, Brun or the point guard, Rondo or something, don't get to make more money because he's the point guard than AD.
Yeah,
in the NBA,
I think that's because first of all, now there are no positions.
Let me finish. Nothing is
because it doesn't make sense because there are no positions in the NBA. Everybody can affect the game the same amount, the exact same amount.
Your best player is your best player, whether he's a center, point guard, or forward.
Pay your star player the most money on that team.
They both can accept.
So who? If you're a quarterback, right, and Ryder's your target, and you playing the number one corner that take Ryder completely out the game, what does that do to you?
You
can't throw over that bitch.
Can't you take him in motion?
Well, okay. So honestly, if that's Roddy, I'm going to Roddy no matter what.
Right, but let's just say you got a high caliber corner over there that you know you can't go over there really.
I get that, but if this is Hootie and I'm Tom Brady, I'm going over there. Like I can't put Hootie out there. I'm gonna put, if it's the best corner game, I'm gonna put Tom Brady, Drew Brees out there. Like you got to make it equivalent.
Okay,
it has to be equivalent, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey is gonna dominate the nigga for the Jets and the Jaguars, but what is he gonna do to the Drew Breeses?
I think what the man was trying to say is, what I'm saying, the star player in the NBA is definitely gonna make the more money on the team than say a Rondo. Like Bron is gonna make more money than Rondo because LeBron is LeBron James. Mm-hmm. But he's saying, and I think.
And Dillard is and Damian Lillard.
But the only thing about the NBA,
like every example that they give me, they go to the best motherfucking person in the game. Every time I keep saying it, they go back to
but
Tom
it sounds
Brady.
like that's the argument.
They go back to Breeze. I already pushed them away from there. I just told can't get right. No, fucking Jalen Ramsey shouldn't make more money than the Mahomes. I get that, guys.
But we also said here, just told you, yes, he should make more than Blake Bortles.
And that's my point. I think that's all Dion was trying to say.
I don't know what Dion was trying to say, but it don't sound like that's what he was trying to say.
The best corner should make just as good as the best quarterback. That's what he was saying. Jalen Ramsey should not make $40 million a year.
I get you. I respect y'all opinion.
You think he should make as much as Patrick Mahomes? No.
I think if you're a Revis and you're playing and you have arguably took out, name them, Julio.
Nobody
name them. Everybody, nigga, nobody had more than 70 yards on him, 60 yards. I play defense. I know what that means. I get what that means. You can't even throw that bitch on that whole side of the field. This man averaging 135 yards every fucking game, and you can't throw that bitch to him. That fucking fucks up our offense. I don't give a fuck what you say. And as a defense, I'm going to scheme that because I know I can lead this nigga on the island. He going to follow him all around. That's going to make some shit work for us. More so than this quarterback who threw 35 interceptions last year. Y'all niggas is crazy.
But we're not saying that.
That's not what we're saying, Stock. Like you
but also with Dion saying it, like Dion probably should have been one of the highest paid players on his team. I don't give a fuck who the quarterback is because the way he affected the game. Not only did he shut down half the field, punt return.
But let me ask this question.
Even with that being said, he was Dion, but he still shouldn't have got as much as Troy Aikman.
I was just about to say that. Do Dion make more? He shouldn't have.
Not to me. No.
It should have been close. It should have been a lot closer than Jalen.
Dion Sanders should have made more than Troy.
No.
It should have been closer.
He had 2 Super Bowls before he came.
I get it. You sticking with it. That's it.
But not Jalen.
That's it. I ain't finna argue no more. You
notice who is sticking with it, but somebody else changed.
How many Super Bowls Jalen Ramsey got?
You notice somebody else.
That's what we basing it on.
Right there.
Go back to
the team win though, man. You can't do it like that though, man. Like you can't.
No, but he means so much. Jalen Ramsey will lead his team to a Super Bowl.
Has Revis won a Super Bowl?
Jalen Ramsey lead his team
Has Revis
to
won a Super Bowl?
Huh?
Has Revis won a Super Bowl?
Nope. And that's exactly why I'm not paying as much as the best
quarterback.
quarterback.
We just said you can't even throw it on his side. You can't throw it on
I brought up Dion because you know what happened?
Can you throw at Dion?
You know what happened? Dion played for the 49ers one year. They beat the shit out the Cowboys and won the Super Bowl. He went to the Cowboys. You know what the fuck happened? They beat the shit out the 49ers and they won the Super Bowl. Jalen Ramsey is not leading anybody to the goddamn Super Bowl or really matter.
So you gonna take Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin, and all the other guys out the equation and just blame it on Dion that he won the Super Bowl?
He ain't returning no kicks.
He ain't returning no punts. He
ain't catching no receiver slants.
Nigga just ran his
49ers team had Jerry Rice, Steve Young. Who was the running back? Fucking
Ricky Waters.
Hey, Dion was the difference between winning a Super Bowl and not winning a Super Bowl.
So when Dion switched sides,
when Dion switched sides to side, he was on one the Super Bowl.
But I do notice
Jalen Ramsey go able to take Jalen Ramsey to Tampa Bay.
So Dion should have made more than Troy Aikman, right?
No.
You just
said it should have been close.
Okay.
Not no fucking Jalen Ramsey.
College football back, man. I know Huda, you talked about watching college football and everybody, watch college football. I had a sad little day yesterday, but I'm not really down and out for real when you really think about the big picture. But what's y'all thoughts from opening week? Well, I call this opening week because that's when really most of the big teams some of the big teams came out.
Bro,
it was Clemson at work.
It was cool. It was cool.
I loved it. I don't know how great Clemson is because they kind of let them come back a little bit.
Well, they put a lot of defensive stuff.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
It was cool and it was great, but then I looked at it like SEC starts the end of the month, so that's when it's gonna get real for me. Like I loved it though. Don't get me wrong, fool. I loved it. It was absolutely great, but you know what I'm saying, seeing Duke and Notre Dame play, and then the Clemson beat on the bums they beat on. Like, yeah, it was good. I want to see some good competitive as well.
SEC just need to get their own league.
But did y'all see Iowa State
NFL Junior?
Iowa State got beat.
Them boys got beat. Who they? Arkansas State, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Arkansas State came out and balled out. They came and balled out. Damn, what Florida State scored 16-13. Them bums. Florida State got upset. Another good game was an off-brand game. Damn, who was it? Texas State and somebody else in Texas. I don't know, but it was pretty good. That shit went to like double, triple overtime. Just seeing football is good.
Well, my favorite team of the whole weekend was Army. I just fuck with Army. I love the offense. They got a little chubby running back. That nigga's the truth. Got sweet feet and will run your ass over. But
shit out of Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah. But besides that, how do you fix Florida State? And why is y'all so trash with the best talent in the nation?
I don't think we got the best talent in the nation. If you look at our last two recruiting classes, we like 25th, 26th. I think.
Well, how you fix that then?
Keep a coach.
You just gotta keep going. The thing that I look at. This is me personally, and this is taking away my fanship. Yeah, we should have won yesterday. I agree. I think we played bad, but I think that for Florida State, it's the quarterback. Our quarterback play is not very great. You can't throw the ball 43 times for 180 something yards. Mm-hmm. Like you're not moving. We couldn't connect.
You think the weather played a part in it?
No, you can't connect. You can't connect the deep ball. If you go watch the game, I don't know what it is. You could probably tell me more about this than quarterback, but I look at from a defense. I look at keys and stuff that I read. If you go look at some of them plays, like his setup is so slow, fool. Like when he catches it, he pauses. He takes his steps. He pauses the setup, and then he throws.
He's just not fluent.
His timing was off all the time, all night. His timing was off. Throwing the crossing route. Even on the touchdown, he threw that bitch late as fuck. The defensive player almost hit that bitch. But if he would have put it on him when he was supposed to, he wouldn't have had the defensive player wouldn't have had a chance.
So is that maybe from not being able to practice or do a lot of it in the summer?
Like you got to remember too, like we got a whole new coaching staff. So I feel like we are rebuilding regardless. Like I think that when Florida State is Florida State, so people just they supposed to be back. We're not gonna be back. I'm letting you know that now. We're gonna struggle a lot this year. I have bigger expectations for us next year than this year. I still want to win. Like we should have won that yesterday, but this is part of rebuilding. You gotta get your pieces. That's a quarterback who's been left over. I'm gonna be honest, they've been trying to get rid of that quarterback for 3 years. They can't. Every time they try to get rid of him, Francois fuck up. You know, they try to replace him with the dude from Georgia Tech yesterday. That was supposed to be our starting quarterback. He left on signing day and went to Georgia Tech. The dude threw for 380-some yards at North Carolina and broke all the freshman records last year. That was supposed to be our quarterback. They kept leaving. So, you just got to recruit and keep trying to build. That's it.
Yeah. We'll see. Y'all think my boy changed the game. Cardinals wide receiver, signed his own deal, negotiated his own deal. And not to mention, it's a hell of a deal. He got no trade clauses in there. He got a lot of guaranteed money in there. Richest wide receiver ever in the game. Do you think this changes the game for agents? And is he a rarity? Because I don't know what he studied and what he knows about contracts and things of that nature, but that's a hell of a deal.
But
I think it's just a thing where other players, and I ain't gonna even just say receivers, I think they'll possibly make an attempt to find
DeAndre Hopkins,
get the knowledge.
His name. I'm sorry, DeAndre Hopkins.
Right. I think they're looking to getting the knowledge in which he gained to kind of negotiate his own contract as far as like the verbiage and all of that kind of shit and incentives and all that shit. I think other players are going to get into it.
Do you think it's a part of he's top 1-2 receivers in the game that also?
So it made it easy. Yeah.
Like, hey, you gonna pay me or you not? Like,
right. I think that made
because somebody like that, like, what the age you gonna fight for? Like, nigga, I've showed it. I'm the best 1-2 receiver in the league. I'm the best one. Like, it ain't take an agent to get Patrick Mahomes' contract. Like,
that's true.
They was gonna get him that shit regardless.
This is very true.
Yeah.
Now Jalen Ramsey needed an agent to get that 20. So.
You know who else needed an agent? Alvin Kamara. Got signed.
That's somebody need an agent. Yeah.
I seen a list. I seen a list. I forgot what it was, and I can't find it. I was trying to look for it, but it's a list that showed this not the first time that somebody negotiated their own deals. I want to say Fitzgerald might have been. He been negotiating his own deals. Yeah. But I could be wrong. But it's somebody notable who you'll know that's been negotiating their own deals. When you say the biggest, I mean,
receiver.
Yeah, like when you say biggest contract, I mean, I think we're at the era now that if you notice, like every time we see one of these, it's the biggest.
Well, he's specific too. It's the biggest contract negotiated by the player himself as well too.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I think that in today's times, that's what you're just gonna see because the money's bigger now. That's why we see biggest quarterback. Oh, biggest running back. Every year it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, but not to take credit away from him. That's dope. But like Ken Gilroy said, it's kind of easy when you the top.
You the dog. Yeah.
Person, you can command that kind of shit. So, shouts out to him on getting that contract. And I'll try to find that list later to see who it was. But I want to say it's Fitzgerald who's been negotiating their own contract, which it does kind of like if people can start doing better at it, I think it takes that percentage out of what
agent goes 10%.
See more money, right?
Yeah,
I mean, switching sports, like LeBron really don't need an agent. It's dope that he has one and what he's allowed him to do. What's his name? Rich Paul. What he's done and to kind of change the shit. So that was dope with LeBron. But no, I'm gonna get the max.
Right. At this point, I don't think he even represents LeBron, to be totally honest, because he got AD, he got Draymond. He got a laundry list of clients at this point. So LeBron is LeBron. LeBron is the business itself. So it just is what it is with that. And speaking of LeBron, Lakers in 5, okay? Every time.
Over with.
Lakers
Get out of
in
there.
5.
Keep them out of there.
Yeah.
Who they playing?
Well, we got to wait on our opponent. You know
they playing right now, right? Aren't they playing right now? Denver and the Clippers?
Yeah.
Is this game
Denver
7?
and the Clippers. No, 6. So Denver lose tonight. That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
I can't wait to see the Clippers and Brun battle out. Yeah, I think the Clippers, if the Clippers win, do y'all think they got enough to get at Brun now?
Yeah.
7-game series.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're gonna win.
I don't think so.
I thought you said 5. I thought you said in 5 going.
We're not
in 5.
We're not with the Clippers. If we get Denver, yeah. If we get Denver,
Lakers in 5. Clippers going 7.
I agree with that. I agree.
That's a tough one.
You said you got some pick'ems. What you got?
I don't even know how to pick in that one. Basketball, House too. You think House? Before we go there, you think House getting kicked out the bubble played a part in that time? Or it didn't matter. Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.
All right, I got some NFL pick'ems. Welcome back, NFL. Today's the first day of the motherfucking season.
Back.
For real.
Welcome back.
So I got 4 games. So some pick'em. Who y'all got? Packers and Vikings.
Where they from?
That's the old people, the pacemakers. from
Packers Vikings.
Packers Vikings. Good game.
Man, I got Vikings.
Packers.
I'm gonna go Vikings because my boy just got a big deal at the running back spot.
I gotta go Vikings too.
Any running back that ever got a big contract always be sorry the next year.
They get soft. Not Zeke.
True.
Zeke was sorry. That same year he signed that big contract, he was extra sorry.
Yeah, the 13.
He ain't come to. He
no,
wasn't in shape.
No, he was
last
sorry.
year, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was sorry. I don't know if it was last year. Yes, he was. He had a way worse year.
Look up his numbers. Can't get right.
He had less years than the record-breaking year. That's not sorry, man.
He still had
1,600 the year before with 13 last year.
Any running back that signed that big contract be sorry to make sure they get hurt.
Gurley,
that's kind of the same.
Gurley, Chris Johnson, Adrian Peterson,
Peterson.
Keep going, like shit. Name them.
Adrian Peterson still in the league, baller.
if you call it balling, but I'm that year after he got hurt.
Who you got next? Who?
Adrian Peterson at 45.
Up next is I'm gonna let Can't Get Right go first. I got Rams and Bum Boys.
Yeah.
Cowboy. All right, who y'all got? Rams, Cowboy.
Rams. Van Jefferson. Big night.
Cowboy.
No, man. It's the what's the shit HBO? The show on HBO. The
Hard
show
Knocks. Always make them look better than what they are.
Like, yeah, they always be terrible. They always be trash.
But
I don't think they're gonna be trash though.
Right. To be fair, they always go get terrible teams like the Browns and shit.
Yeah, the Browns, the Bengals.
They go get the terribles.
The Cowboys.
They get you while you're bad. So if you good, I'm gonna go.
I don't see why you laughing, Todd. Like,
I'm gonna go Rams because
you even
Cowboys,
have an NFL team, Todd?
Saints.
So you don't have an NFL team.
Yeah, he was just about to leave him just a second ago.
Yeah,
I was.
I'm done with them.
I'm gonna go Rams in that one because I just think that that Dak been going through a lot in the offseason. So until he proves me otherwise, I'm gonna go against him. Next, I get Titans Broncos. Titans was pretty good last year, but the Broncos seem to be really improving.
Without a Von Miller, you better go Tennessee. King here finna have 600 yards rushing.
They just got my man too from Seattle, the D lineman. Tennessee did.
Clowney.
I probably go Tennessee on that one.
Tennessee easy.
Okay, I agree.
Who was their quarterback this year?
Who, the Titans? Same as last
year. The Broncos.
Same as last year too. Shit, he a young guy. No,
John Elway.
Trevor Siemian.
No,
the boy from Memphis. Lynch.
Is it him?
Yeah.
Where's the Wyoming quarterback?
Tennessee.
Drew Luck, right? It's Drew Luck from Missouri, I think. It's Drew Luck. I think it's him.
Well, Tennessee running away with this one.
Okay. The last one, game of the week, Saints Buccaneers. Tom Brady versus Breeze, baby. Who you got?
When they play Monday night?
Tonight, I think.
It gotta be. It can't be the night. Dallas the night game.
Let me see. Because they got two Monday night games.
Because it's two Monday night games.
They got two Monday night games.
Ooh, boy, that shit there.
Brady Breeze, baby.
The who that's.
I was planning not
to. I love that Monday. Like, it started like 5 or 6 or some shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm going Saints.
Like the NBA been doing.
The who that's.
Saints, nigga.
I haven't seen the Bucs yet. I'm going Saints.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go
But
Saints.
Is Kamara, does he suffer from what you're talking about, Stock? He just signed a big deal, $75 million.
But the way they
use him,
the way they use him, he has to be good.
The way he be used, I mean, like we're not looking at him just to be a running back like that. Like they put him in the receiver, they throw screens and shit to him.
So is there an exception to your rule?
Year, he's gonna not an exception to my rule, but I just think that he'll be the way they use him. He's used in so many different facets of the game. They ain't just really asking him just to be a running back. Right. I think it'll be fine.
And Monday Night Football. They gonna Lil Richard will replace Hank Williams Jr. Monday Night Football. They were saying Hank Williams Jr. was racist and things of that nature. So they're gonna use the Monday Night song as Lil Richard.
They've been saying about Hank Williams for the longest.
Saying the same song or a different song?
I think didn't Lil Richard do 1 week? So they probably use the week that he already did. Of course, they're gonna have to.
But it's still it's the
Steelers, Giants, and who else? Yeah. I don't know. They usually switch it up just a little bit. I don't know if it's fully the same. It's majority the same. Yeah.
You don't remember Hank Williams Jr. got in trouble a long time ago? That's why the woman came out. That was his relative because Hank Williams Jr. had got in trouble from some racist shit. That ain't been new. He been in trouble. That's why he been off of that shit.
We'll see.
Yeah, that if you notice that song been a woman singing that song.
On Sunday Night Football?
Damn sure. That's Carrie
Monday night. Yeah, Monday night, I don't think they had nobody. They just had the song playing, right?
Are you ready for some football? Whatever night come on.
That's Monday night.
That's where they moved. Did they move it? They
the girl be on Sunday. It's be a lady like
it'd be a lady.
Clarkson and
Carrie.
Kelly
Clarkson. I don't know.
Whatever fucking name.
Yeah, they changed it because Hank Williams Jr. been in trouble. He ain't been doing that shit in years.
Who been singing the song?
Yeah, but I'm saying that dun 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 shit. That's the Monday Night Football shit, and that Sunday night is when the lady was singing it. That's what it's.
They changed because they changed it. Y'all don't remember a couple years ago? Remember they changed it because now they basically essentially saying that Sunday night football is bigger than Monday night now.
I just put in Monday Night Football singing. Say Hank Williams Jr. has been a voice to greet us for Monday Night Football for years.
No, he got in trouble.
It ended. I'm trying to see when it ended. I'm trying to see when it was.
Yeah, he got in trouble. I remember.
Oh yeah, this shit old as fuck.
I know it.
That's old as fuck.
That's why they just used the instrument shit on the instrumental from Monday night.
I don't fucking know. I just hope they use Little Richard.
Anyway, let's watch it and see how it goes. Moving on into the dummy of the week.
You dumb some bitch.
Dummy.
I don't know, y'all might want to challenge this, but I'm finna just roll with it. Students at Miami University of Ohio hosted a party despite testing positive for coronavirus. No, I don't know if y'all saw this, but this big dummy hosted a party. The police pulled up on him, asked him some questions. They had a big, nice party going on. This man just tested positive for corona. He asking him questions. I don't think he knew that the police knew that he had tested positive. So that when the police asked him, "You doing this even if you tested positive?" My man had no answers.
That nigga said, "That's why I'm quarantining at home." That's why I'm quarantining at home with a party.
Everybody just come here. I'm not gonna go outside. Everybody just come here.
If y'all ain't seen this, please go click on it, because the way he tried to have it, it was so funny. Because he's like, that's why I'm at home. That shit was so funny how he said that. Nigga thought he was finna get out of it. He pulled that hootie lamb.
Yeah. That's exactly when kids.
But I'm at home, so I can't give it to nobody if I'm at home.
Fuck out of here. Do these people know, nigga?
No. And that's what I was saying about like being out and about in public. I just don't trust nobody. Like
niggas having parties for full
like you know you tested positive, you out there just slanging the corona all around, goddamn. You don't care nothing about it.
That cop trip too, though.
Just slanging it.
That nigga just slanging that corona.
That cop trip too, though, because apparently he knew he had corona. He out there with no mask on too. Like, goddamn, dumb cop.
I just seen body cam footage. I don't know if he had his mask on or not.
No mask.
I ain't got more details than that, but for that motherfucker, you are the dummy of the week.
Dumb some bitch.
But Dad's right too. The hood ain't start rolling, fool. I seen so many videos in New Orleans, the club. Niggas got the mask on, but that bitch around their neck. I'm like, what's the fucking It's the fashion sense, I guess.
I don't know if y'all saw this story. I didn't have this in here, but I just actually saw it. I don't know if y'all seen that picture, all the Crips out in California.
Oh, because the sky turned red.
I don't think that's real, fool.
I don't think that's real.
Hold on, what happened? I ain't seen what you.
It's a member of the Crips. They volunteered to fight the wildfires after the skies turned red. So not that they. No, I'm saying like they volunteer. They fighting the fire, nigga. That's a good ass idea.
I get it. What you saying?
They put their life on the line to go fight the fire.
All I said was the same shit you just said.
Nigga, you wouldn't let me finish though.
Gavin Newsom also signed a little an order where prison inmates can become firefighters as well. So that's
they've been doing that for a couple years.
Yeah, they kind of always do that.
Yeah, it's a little group of them. They get to go fight the fire. So that's dope, man. I don't know if y'all saw these. The fires out there, man. It's record breaking acreage of fires being burned, man. That shit crazy. I saw the picture.
All from a gender reveal, goddamn.
I seen the picture. And you know what's the crazy? I feel like last year that happened the same way. Somebody did some fireworks at a gender reveal. And the sparks from the fireworks and stuff caught the brush on fire. But it's just crazy, man, to see them images. It was Oregon. It was like 12 o'clock noon and the sky was bright orange, red, whatever color you want to call it. San Francisco, the fog mixed with the smoke just looked super crazy. It's just some weird times that we're in, man. I don't know what to endure, but or how to call it. But what I do know is that next week we'll be partying in person.
Oh yeah, we in there. Somebody find me a face mask, Louis Vuitton. That bitch $1,100. I'm like, get the fuck out.
They making face masks now?
Yep, $1,100.
Who do you got it?
The fuck I look like?
You got it.
Nigga, I catch the Rona before.
Somebody probably gonna have that bitch on. Can't get right. I feel you though. Why the fuck would you have that?
And
you gotta wear it.
Don't work.
Right.
Y'all watch Power yet? The new one? Y'all interested in watching?
They're not getting no more.
I didn't watch it. Was it good?
I did.
It was okay.
I'm gonna keep watching.
Surprisingly, yeah.
You watched both episodes or just the one?
Nah, I just watched the first episode.
It was two?
Yeah,
this the second one
today.
I'm not gonna be a spoiler.
Last night
because it's just a small thing. But
you just been living it up. You watching early episodes of Power and shit over there, though.
Yeah. That shit unrealistic because if you ever, somebody close to you ever passed, you had to be a pallbearer. Like when they was doing the funeral, they only had 4 of them. Oh, hell no, that should be heavy as fuck with 6 people. I be that bitch like, God damn, I hope we hurry up and get to this damn burial site. Shit.
I hate to say this shit.
And then you be having the smooth bottoms on?
I hate to say this shit like this. Like, you know how they be like, man, anybody want to be a pallbearer? The pallbearers, please come up. I always been like, kind of try to like be slow to react because I be scared. Like, I'm going to drop that bitch or something.
Mm-hmm. I ain't never been one. I ain't never been close.
You know who the little sweater hand?
Don't
try to let who to carry me, goddamn. Who the hell be sweating?
You gonna roll your ass in there.
You know, that nigga better fall out that bitch. Who nigga be like, damn, my bad.
You gonna make sure your casket gonna have wheels.
Put that nigga, just stuff him back in that bitch.
I'm gonna pay for the wheels, B. I'm gonna make sure you get some wheels, B. Put some wheels
on
your
ride. Sit on my shit to close. You know how it won't go down. Damn, my bad. Stop.
Yeah, all right, cuz. You don't feel it.
Damn, fool. He dead anyway. He ain't gonna know.
Yeah, he good.
He like you felt it.
Good,
That nigga so trash. I can see who the guy there dropping the nigga for real, man. Fuck that shit. That nigga all right.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Man, we this is it, man. We off Zoom. We think.
Off Zoom.
We could be like football people. Who gonna test positive?
You gotta go get tested Saturday morning, goddamn.
I will say this though, as this being the last Zoom, we hope, preferably. It was dope, man. We had to innovate some shit that we didn't know what the fuck to do. And again, that's to me, it's a testament to y'all boys and the dedication that we have with our podcast, man. We about to come up on our 2 years, and Zoom went out. We had to be forced to stop podding in person, and we had to figure it out. Shouts out to Dez on that, and all y'all boys, because we had to figure out a way. You know what I'm saying? And
shit, hope our equipment still work.
I'm telling you, that bitch. Whoever got it, ain't no telling where the nigga probably got that bitch outside somewhere.
Yeah, it's sitting in the garage.
What the hell we gonna do with these other mics now?
I mean, I think we can.
Because we thought this shit was gonna. Y'all remember when we thought this shit was gonna last 30 days?
You can take this shit back.
We can take that shit back in a couple of weeks. Man, we been in
you still work from home. You better utilize these motherfuckers. Shit, nigga, I'm talking on the good mics at work.
Nah, we killing these bitches. Ain't no telling. We can use this shit for.
My USB cord broke in.
We can still do our Zoom battles, which we need to bring them bitches back, and we can still do a lot of shit with these motherfuckers. Ain't no telling what we'll do. We'll figure it out.
Still Zoom on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
this is true.
It'll be easy.
Dummies 100 coming soon, bitch.
That was Dez, guys.
He just
welcome to Dez. There you go, Dez. Get
other than that,
words.
We'll be back next week like we never left, because like we say every week, we never leave. You dig?
Goodbye.
He did, Dummy.